Go ahead, talk us in.
Alright, let's see. Let's make sure we're on. Let me check. Nothing makes sense anymore, and that's the path we're on. What doesn't make sense? Where the human gets unfolded, molded, held in the arms of Mother Universe. It's no game. I was up on the mountain last night crying like I was 5 years old. And when I got up this morning, Mama told me, son, the world needs you to rise as your sisters have risen. And to keep it coming, just keep opening your heart and share everything deep within you, no matter what it is.
How's that sound?
Test.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's much better. Test. Should we drop that a little bit?
Yeah.
I said all that for nothing?
No, didn't say it for nothing. Lost in the light, scared to step from the dark, shedding the pain and tears that is collected for years, that often drift away in thoughts on the mountain ridge, or steer into eternity, thinking of thoughts of me, past of what I could to be. I'm only in the space of collecting, never disrespecting the journey that I'm on. I'm growing through my pain, growing through my fear, growing through my tears. I'm growing. Ooh, oh no. Growing through my pain, growing through my fears, growing through my tears. Said I'm growing, yeah.
I always thought the inner child was a point of reflection resurrection from the insurrection of a cold, callous, crazy confusion. But I was wrong. Because he holds the warrior that saved me, the one which fought his way back every time, the one I pulled my strength from, the one would always rise, never giving up. Now, I know it is the child, the powerful innocence always held the warrior, which has been always and always will be the strength of me, that I have come to know as the highest expression of me. I am at my core the original impression of the gods we chase. And now, I have seen the face of my soul, and it is the child I forever will be. Soft, fair, strong, wise, and filled with fullness. I am all the virtues of him. I am the child, and I am soul.
I am so releasing the threads of a toxic love that felt so good to my soul. I release control, drag from the light back into the darkness of the night, experiencing the dark night of the soul, over and over, over and over again in my heart. I live a life that's not guaranteed. Roll the dice, throw the winds to the wind, cross over seas into the day. My heart opens up, I release all of my tears, all of these fears built over years. Braving this journey for my soul, to find who I am within. Who am I really? Trying to understand the lessons, counting my blessings, thankful for all these years. I've been carried by the arms of compassion, feminine essence, applying the dressings to all of my heart's tears over the years.
So we're gonna just do something we've never done before. We're gonna do like a 4-hour show. It's 12. We started about 12 noon here on Pacific time, and we're gonna have some people pop in the studio. Ty's gonna pop in, and Serena, and Kate Lumley, probably Ashley Lee, and we're also gonna do an open mic part of it too. We'll bring people into the studio. It's our last day in Sedona, and we're going to head to Arkansas, and we are literally riding the outer breath of Mother Creation. We can't turn back. There's just one crazy thing after another happens. And I can kind of tell you how the day started. Last night I found out some news that on a 3D level, we're talking about somebody's mortality or whatever, somebody very close to you. And it wasn't the energy of the 3D that came in. It was just this massive clearing. And I went up to Airport Mason. I just bawled for about an hour and came home and was in a zombie state. And we got up this morning and had to conduct some business, and things were just kind of weird. And I don't know how to explain it, but we just get what we need, and you leave the rest till tomorrow. And the mother keeps saying, don't worry, this is the code. This is what you guys need to do. This is what only the masculine can do. And I'm not saying women can't do it. I'm just saying there's a huge eruption, implosion, expansion, breakdown that's happening with the masculine. But at the same time, he's on point if he wants to be. And that's what we're guided to do. So after this little episode happened, I was sitting in the car and I said, what the F? And this black red-tailed hawk, which is my animal, flew right over my head and said, don't worry about a thing. And she might have dropped something on my head too, I don't know.
Don't you worry about a thing.
So, yeah, so, you know, as we understand it, we've been going through the same thing for like the last 30 days. There's no mistakes. Very similar energies, very similar circumstances. We're both being called, as all of us are being called, and we're being told, go to Sology Fest, create as much video as you can, share your heart, be brave, be bold, and don't be afraid to, you know, show your heart. And because as the mother's telling us, it's someone's got to do it. And I think that might apply to the masculine part of us, all of us, that has been suppressed as the feminine was too. But there was a masculine part of us that's very divine that, you know, wasn't allowed to prosper or grow or expand in the old paradigm. But that's over. So we're going to do our part, play some music. Play some music now so I can blow my nose.
Let's see what I got.
Sorry about that.
Let's see what this track sounds like.
Oh, man. Good.
2, 3.
I started writing this thing last night. I'm just going to read it while you're getting ready. It's called The Pool. The Pool. P-O-O-L. It's not finished, and maybe I'll finish it freestyle. But so it's the pool of love, eternity, for knowing's sake, for hell's sake, for heaven's sake. All of our pain is the same and proportionate to our life experience. We have all had the faith quakes. But now, there's a sacred sexuality. It's a glide, a universal main line. Don't you know I feel you in my life's interventions? So no matter what it seems like, you are my truest heart intention, my truest mirrored reflection. And although this may seem like a new direction, when the human me and you decomposes, dies and erodes, and all that time we know we are the chosen ones. We're unfolding, imploding, exploding, expanding to a new band of frequencies. And this right here, this is our new reality, where the space is made for the three. We're talking powerful triad trinity, where you and me and all the opportunities is. It's a newest found love. It's teeming with effervescent eternities. It's streaming on all synchronicities now, and it's waiting for you and me to hear its call. And it comes from inside, and the only way in is to destroy your concept of the human heart. Fall apart, break apart, splintering all over again now.
Ghosts from my past emerge from the dark. Wounds we have lashed, they carve us to our heart. The pain not showing, shoved down for years, only to be released in a moment of tears. In the daylight I walk on, but in the night I cry and pray to heal my very soul and transmute this pain to the lightness of the day. Vulnerable my heart, I wear all my feelings on my sleeves, walking out of the 3D as I raise my own frequency, singing the words of my heart for all to know. This is my personal expression. Ain't no more rejection of every single part of my soul. I put myself together. I remember every part of me, from the compassion of my soul to these fears I've had in these streets. Oh, sometimes I feel like I've fallen. Sometimes I understand the falling is my best lesson, because through the falling I'm able to get back up. I'm able to understand how I get back up. I'm able to understand how I fail, to make sure that I don't fall again, and that I can stand proud, strong, and tall, just like my mama raised me. Love you, Mom.
Shout out Doris.
Freestyle.
Shout out Doris. Doris is Amethyst's mom, and she's a very special lady. And she's one of the numerous people that I'm chasing to come on the show. the ones that don't ever want to come on. What's up, Ryan, brother? Christy? It's my brother Ryan from Austin, the guitar player, piano player, music teacher.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You need to get a lesson.
He's pretty incredible, man. I'll show you a clip we did. He's amazing. Whew, man, what do we get ourselves into? So we'll
fun. Streaming music. This feels so amazingly good to be able to express. Sometimes it feels like I'm trapped in this little box that contains all of these various complex emotions and energies that are all flowing, releasing toxicity, the pain of it, the lesson, and the understanding of, how to stand in your utmost integrity, and the pain that you feel when you don't. And it's, a lot. And it is a beautiful gift that I've said in so many words to be able to open up and express it and get it out in a controlled manner that is beautiful within my own heart. I said all that, so.
Thank you. Oh, shit. We're going to bring some people on here. Let's do one or two more numbers, and then we'll start playing around and mixing it up.
Bring someone on?
Yeah, let's do something else. Anything but crying. Hey, if I'm going to cry, I might as well cry while I'm doing something. Yeah, there's something about this divine masculine energy, we'll call it that, that's affecting everybody. The feminine and the third energy, the golden child's obviously landed, especially the feminine. She's been out there for a long time. The masculine's been making little moves back and forth. But now it's starting to come around. And I think, like the softening of the heart, obviously has to happen for all of us. The masculine in all of us is being constricted. But there's something that's amazing that's happening, I believe. It's my own truth to myself. I'm just sharing it. And I think what that is the masculine is creating in a way that could not have happened unless the feminine and the golden child had anchored. And it's his job to kind of initiate it, and then the other two pieces will come in and they will all be in unison together. So it's time to stand up. Not like an alpha male, talking masculine energy for men and women and children, for human incarnations right now, to stand up with integrity and dignity and nobility and love and compassion and service. The masculine serves her, and she is the space between it all.
Heartache to heartache, we stand. My voice on point. No promises, no demands. Both of us knowing love is a battlefield. Yeah. perfect picture of how it is to be given such a gift. No one could understand what it means to stand as exposed as this. Every time I come off the top of the dome, I'm speaking from my heart. I just know I'm a conduit, and it's been flowing from the start. I'm just saying, praying on my knees every night, hoping God can just bless me, hoping that I can get through these lessons at least as painfully as possible. And it's growing, I'm throwing and showing the skills that I flow, and I'm singing my heart as I go. We are young, yeah. Heartache to heartache, we stand. Oh, no promises, no demands. You're begging me to stay, asking me to go. Do you really love me? Do you even really know? You're tripping every day. These are words from my heart as I'm out here grinding, trying to get these lessons that will help us to survive everything that's coming, that will get us through the darkest days of our hearts. The pain and I'm knowing that it has been only a scar, and I'm ready, baby. We are young, yeah. Ooh, heartache to heartache, we stand. No promises, no demands. Both of us knowing, yeah. Love is a battlefield. Love is a battlefield. Love is a battlefield. Yeah. Let's turn it into a field of dreams, a field of peace, beautiful things. Preach to him, Todd.
You are my world, my universal doorway to the mystery of it all. I heard the call for love to exist again. It's a new twist, a divine dominance, transcendence of the stupendous. Without a fuss, told the matrix we had enough. But it's a cold trust. You know, surrendering takes on a new meaning. And while I'm grieving life's interceding, finding grace in my face, every day demanding, I retrace and tell of the fallen man who rises again. Same story, same soul tribe, cannot compromise my love for me or you. Found the truth, loving me and you through and through, till all the lies are removed. You know I feel you in my highest affections now. Let me love you, baby, once again. Remember the codes we left. Human heart bereft, another death. But I find myself in you, and when we meet in the cold confines of this apparent human demise, but now our souls are rising now. Together, together, together now. Soul is the receptor. Love never neglects, it's a strange space. I know my face is changing. Come with me, life's rearranging. Now let's adjust the pages of our lives. No matter how strange it may seem, we can still dream. live our dreams, and no longer life passing through our fingertips. We may eclipse the holy hallowed ground where the mother founded this thing, baby. It's a coming down. Meet me there.
Letting go of love for a moment to release love's toxicity. These games we play, attachments holding moments that start, that rip us apart in our hearts, only to be put back together better again. Feeling every part of ourselves raising from within, spirit in every part of our hearts cleansing. The detox will start. This is the start. Little Pat Benatar mashup.
That was nice, man. You're a beast, dude. You're a multi-dimensional beast. I'm gonna put up the.
See, you guys, this is my heart. It's been ripped apart, but it's been put back together again with a little amethyst, some crystals.
How can the heart be ripped apart and we're expanding at the same time? That's what blows my mind. I don't know.
I know,
I don't know
right?
if it's an automatic expansion, or the way I kind of feel about it, it's the potential to expand as you're getting ripped apart.
No, it's expanding, man. If you think about it, it's just kind of like bodybuilding, because that's the process that muscles go through. You know, as you're lifting weights and you're holding pressure, like body, and you're holding your space, you know, you're tearing your muscles to shreds.
Yeah.
And as the blood comes in and fills up the area and begins to heal the muscle tissue, more grows. And so, I mean, I imagine that's a lot like with soul expansion. That's how I visualize it in my mind.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Mine sounded pretty, but yours made sense. I just put up the link in the YouTube chat and the Facebook on my page. If you want to come in and talk, you know, there's no agenda here. We're just trying to be real, and you know, that's all I can say.
Make some music, express ourselves, get it off our chest.
I don't even know if I could do this if you weren't here. Like, I don't know if I could do this by myself. I've done a lot of shows where I've been messed up and done shows, but yeah, I just feel like it's really important that we, you know, you said it the other night. You were kind of went into a channel, and you were like, basically, we got to show them how to do it, not from an egoic place, but from that part of the world that's kind of coming online now. You know, the creator, the dream maker.
Yeah, because we were given a level of, you know, experience. We were both taking out the understanding of what things are, you know, and during certain situations, and, you know, had to understand walking a path of self-faith and self-trust and trust in all that is, because, you know, and staying in alignment with that, the biggest part of it, you know, being able to have the full expression of your emotions without locking everything away, and the means in which to get it out, which is ultimately being your most beautiful self, whatever it is you do. If you paint, you draw, if you box, you know, so, yeah.
I feel like being a boxer now. I want to go box somebody.
It's not as much as teaching, maybe, as a guide by expression of experience.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, man. So, who's coming in with me? We're in the pool now. Come on in, the water's warm.
So the link is on my page on Facebook and in YouTube on the live chat. Anybody wants to come in. Bruce, you're more than welcome to come on. Daniel, Flip, Shirley's busy. Delia, if you want to come on. Maiki. I've seen you around for a long time. Thank you for the support and visiting Sology so often. Door, you can come on. Whoever wants to come on, come on. All right, well, we'll just play another song till they come on.
My phone.
Oh man, that's just.
Well, hold on. I guess
No, we're good, man.
I will take just a momentary second.
Anybody wants to come on?
Yes, please.
Just
join us.
Yeah, I'll put it in the YouTube again. Boom, there it is. There's the link if you want to come on, and Facebook. I'll put it on again. Boom. That was just one. Lost up something. Okay. All right. So. Okay. Well, here we go.
There we go.
We're off the hook.
Somebody joined us. What's up, man?
You 1 second, I gotta mute here. Yes. It's a delay. Like this, I hurry.
Oh, yeah. You doing all right?
Yes.
How's it going, brother, man?
Hey, you guys
yeah.
chat for a minute. I'm going to get some coffee and go cry and blow my nose.
Yeah, I cried a little bit.
Yeah. Sometimes it is good to purge and get that out.
I do that a lot.
Oh. So how you doing all the way over there?
Good. Before a moment, I was in a weird space when I play games. I feel the other people, and it was like aggression and sadness. I processed it all in a flash second with music.
Yeah, man. I understand that. I had this zombie game on my phone that I used to play. It used to be so, effortless. It was just something I do to, waste time and let go. And I can't even play it no more. It's like, yeah, man. I can't get away from all of that. It feels like self-torture now. So just let it out and
Yes. I had a song like before. It was like the title sound or music of the game, and it was very beautiful. And as I listened to that, I cried. I started crying, and the energies from you, it cleared all that I had in a split second. The crying, I cry a lot. I know it is a way to clear oneself, and it is very good for me.
Yeah, it helps me to get it out too, man. That and the music. I mean, if I didn't have the avenue to be able to express it like that, it'd be too much pent up.
I'm very grateful that music exists. If someone asks me, what is your favorite music? And I tell them I'm grateful that I hear. And I'm grateful that music exists and humans create music. Focus of the camera.
Focus keeps switching.
It's weird. The first, it's rarely made this.
Is the music coming through, like the guitar coming through pretty clear?
Yes, very clear.
I was trying a new setup where I have it plugged directly into the interface, so it's not just coming through the speaker.
It's very good.
dark yearnings of my heart, trying to understand the plan from the start. Golden lessons keeps me guessing, never flexing, understanding my fears. All these tears through all these years have turned into a river of love. Love of self, love of my soul. I'm not my best on any given day. Sometimes I stress, sometimes I make mistakes. I'm only flawed, I'm human. I'm only doing what I'm doing so I can be a part of me, a part of me.
In the past, from light and dark, I keep saying the people, brothers and sisters, light and darkness supposed to be together in harmony. Keep walking with a straight head, and if it's turning around, you know you're going good.
On the highway I roll at night, looking into the oncoming lights. No radio on, I'm thinking I'm off in my brain. This seems so unfair as it rains. The wipers going, not knowing where I'm going, just driving and driving down this highway of life. I'm not afraid of what's next. I hold nothing but respect. Oh, within I give myself a hug. Forgive the things that I have done. Thank the high that might be above. Look into the stars as I fly away. Say something to him, Ty?
Put me on the spot. I don't know. Let me try something. Let me just feel into it for a second. I'll just make something up. I know a lot of people can relate that for a long time our soul has been howling. First there was a nudge and a push, and then a universal 2x4 across our head to get us to a place of redemption and resurrection. It's the real virus and infection on this earth. It's a super contagious, outrageous. It's gonna upstage all of our identities. Nothing's going away, and I think that's where we're possibly missing things. It's all right there, but from our perspective as a quantum observer creator, we create that person, we create that event, we create that government, and now we're choosing to create a new earth. That's right. All these past lives, all these previous incarnations, all these cultures, creeds, stories, and stations, we're all coming down to one place. We are one soul nation. There is no in between. It's an all or nothing proposition. So Somebody put up a quote a while ago. I put up the quote. The Kara put up, which was those greatest aggressors or something like that. Those greatest antagonists, even if it's in the moment or someone that's lifelong, those are the catalysts of our souls. Respect, revere, honor, and love that, because these at one time perceived dark energies that worked against us, and we all have them. I have them. I have two. And last night on Airport Mesa, I found the deepest love I've ever found for them and myself, and I'm blessed to have reached that point. But I think this is just indicative of what's happening to everybody. One way or the other, no matter what it looks like, we're all getting to this place where we're going to see everybody as ourselves. And it's not going to be a cliche or some BS new age concept or adage. It's the real thing. You cannot miss a step on the soul highway. So, thank you. Oh, we got Delia in the house. We got another one now. 55 in the house. What's happening?
Oh man, just to come in and hear those words, it's just landing in the heart so just right.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I keep saying that each and every moment since the Lionsgate's been open, it feels a build-up to it, and it's in the heart, and it's in everything that we're doing, and it's in everything that we're moving through. It is in the choice. It is in the heart, and it's cracking open and seeing everything. And 0 points of that, and feeling in the heart to have more extension. Sometimes it's not pretty, but we know that in the end, it is the sweet surrender. Not holding on to, not trying to constrain, not trying to create something we think it's going to be, but to really allow that to just flow, to just create with all the energies that are there. And it's this beautiful communication that we're having. Everything all around us is talking to us. And it's feeling in those spaces and just feeling in the heart of it all. Makes us have bigger compassion. It makes us have bigger compassion for each other. And that's how we're able to see each other in every one of our family members, friends, so-called enemies, the triggers.
You know it.
They're there just doing their job.
Yeah, they apparently are. We're just slipping and sliding through this thing, wondering how in the hell can you splinter and expand. But if I look back to 10 years ago and 11 years ago, really 10 years ago, because I've noticed I basically went homeless when Sology Fest started last year, 10 years prior. Remember on Sunday, it was the anniversary of me going homeless or whatever, right? So I pay attention to the energies and the similarities of the energies from 10 years ago. And 10 years ago, Sology was a little preemie. There was like 600 people in it. And this stuff happened and it dropped to like 200. And then we just stayed in integrity and went from there. There was a lot of drama, a lot of finger pointing, stuff like that. A lot of my antagonists from my lineage came in and they basically, kind of fueled the fire. But so it doesn't mean that's what's happening now. What I'm getting that's happening now is integrity as it relates to transparency. And it's funny because I told that story earlier when I was sitting in the car and I did what I had to do and I was like, hey man, what's going on? And the red-tailed hawk flew over my head. I called Ty, to coordinate some things today and, for the move tomorrow. And he said, you know what the red-tailed hawk is? Which has been my guide since I went to the streets. I said, what? He said, integrity. Do the right thing. So, like, on the heels of hearing what I heard, and I also talked to a sister this morning that's coming to the Sology Fest that's opened up her heart, and her cabin to help other people, in their accommodations at no charge. And yeah, I was talking to her, and I just broke down and started crying in front of her too. So like, I feel the energy of 10 years ago, which was 2012, when I hit the streets. It's the same, but we've come so far in 10 years. Like, we know what we're looking at, and I guess that's what I'm trying to point out. We know what we're looking at. We know what it looks like. We know what it tastes like and feels like. And like they told me 10 years ago, whatever you do, don't do anything that's been done before.
That was my bad.
That's the thing, right? We're not building a new era from the old structures. We're not building something that we've known from another template. Not even in our past lives or whatever that is. Because everything is simultaneously. It is in the energy of everything in co-creation, of everyone that's stepping up and saying, hey, I'm here. It is even in this community that someone feels called to just show up.
Yeah. Who are you? Who are you? Who? Nice comment, Maisha. Thank you. It's a very nice comment.
Thank you, Maisha. I apologize. Even though I know you don't give a care.
Hey, come on. you had it right on the first. Well, this is what we're learning. We can't have a charge.
No charge.
Everyone is. You're opening up, bro. I just felt your soul open up.
Toxic is broken. Through harsh words spoken, a gift of freedom given from within, a season for letting go, season for letting your soul flow, and all the pains, heal all the pains. Sometimes love feels real. Sometimes true selves are revealed. Sometimes pain is mistakenly caused. The only way to heal is to love within and find out who you are. Insanity, matters of the heart. These things we see, sometimes things break apart. But it's okay to let go, to love again. Expressing these lessons, checking my soul. Sometimes I get angry for myself, a little out of control. Sometimes I'm preaching, sometimes I'm teaching. Sometimes I'm the student learning these lessons off of these streets. And in the matters of the heart, we can't be defeated by the pain. We gotta get up and take the stealth for the blame and learn our lessons. It's like taking the medicine, never having to guess. When you're trusting the most high as your guide, you know everything that you go and everywhere you show. And all these lessons you grow, and when you heal, then you know. Do it over and over again for every show, and make sure you let everyone know. Matters of the heart within sometimes can be friends, sometimes need to heal, sometimes one needs to grow within apart from the self. lost in the dark, pain in the heart. We know sometimes we grow apart just to grow closer within. Sometimes can't be friends.
Even healing
I love you
in
too,
the
Maisha,
essence.
always. You just weren't meant to be.
My heart is holding so much space right now for that. And one thing we can always know and understand is that the love is always going to be, no matter what it is. And when we move away from labels and we just simply see in the heart, it just moves us into different spaces.
Yeah.
Can we love and merge with others and be soul family, soul partnerships, and still allow them to be in their choices in their lives? Most definitely.
Yeah,
Most
yeah.
definitely. It's
You
it's
know.
not an easy thing, but I totally understand it. Talking from experience.
Kara,
But
Kara, hang on one second. Kara, I can't turn your mic on because you've got some reverb. Do you have,
Oh, you have your speaker on, it's feedback.
yeah, do you have your speaker on? Or like put on some earbuds? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's way. Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
no, it's okay. But see, that's one thing I was going to also say towards healing, right? Healing is processing. Healing, we say healing so just randomly. Oh, selling some healing. Healing is processing. When we process our stuff and we move through it and we're openly seeing our stuff and going through all those catacombs in the heart, there's so many that we hide within. We start to see and process and pull out everything that we've been holding on to, because it all stems from one thing and always brings us back to the inner child. Can we find something that can find us in it? Processing into the joy, processing to the love, and we're moving through spaces with more open-heartedness. And the same thing when we have a break in our bones. Although it's a healing process, we're actually going through a regenerative process. So our hearts, body, our mind, and muscles, they're going through this process in a bigger level. And healing is a beautiful word, but it kind of encompasses everything in there. And as we continue moving forward with the heart and open up more of our soul essence,
Goodbye.
we understand. Yeah, we understand more in open-heartedness.
Thank you so much for all that. I was.
Yeah, appreciate it. Sorry.
We are deep in. We are deep in something crazy. Some kind of dimensional, like, I don't even know what it is. Insanity, vanity, whatever rhymes with that. I don't even know.
A little bit of everything. Like
Yeah.
you said earlier, how can we be breaking down and breaking through at the same time?
Yeah.
It feels like you're tearing apart at the same time you're building. And it's all of these elements of yourself that weren't meant to totally process, the, areas of integrity that we must stand in. So they break down and it feels like we're tearing apart, but, there's growth in everything.
So Daniel, you haven't said anything. Thank you, bro. You haven't.
All good.
You haven't said anything lately. Where'd Carrie go? Oh, she's
I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying. I'm feeling very much, and sometimes it's like a little nervous. Then I calm down, thanks to the sister. Something calmed me down. Very interesting. Before that, I was a little nervous. A little is good. And then the sister came in, and then for me, it made like calm down.
Yeah.
And I put some music in the background for me to avoid. It's something else than avoid. It's more to stay myself instead of getting identification or identificate with the ego. which I had made a long time. Like I made up. I try to make people laugh, or brothers and sisters laugh, and that so that they have a good time. But then I forgot myself. Like I was looking on to others, but very little to myself. And then many times I get lost in this to do good for others, but totally how I would say this, totally forget like to care for myself. And then it's like little slipping to that side, and then stay yourself, show yourself like you are, instead of trying to make others happy. The only person that is possible to make one happy is oneself. I
Or
see it like that.
yeah, or what about what did you say? Stay yourself. Okay, stay
Mm.
yourself to yourself. Allow that to happen. Allow me to be myself. But
Just the pure
also,
self.
right, but also from our own perspective, not the perspective of others, but our own living credo. Uh, do we allow others to be themselves?
Yes, this is
Or,
very
you know what I
relevant.
mean? You know what I mean, though? Like,
Mm-hmm.
do we
Yes,
expect
yes,
something from them? Do we
yes. I
allow others to be themselves and love them no matter what without having to
yes,
make judgments of any kind?
Mm-hmm.
Just
without
without even like like I'm
expectation.
talking about like who you want to live with, who you want to work with, where you want to live, the kind of people. It shouldn't that shouldn't be part of the equation here. It's just simply I want to be me, you want to be you, and y'all want to be yourselves, and everybody wants to be themselves. But that's one thing for us to say it to everyone, but it's another thing for us to allow that from everyone.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yes,
that's all I'm saying. We can't forget, which is one thing I love about you and people like you and Delia and Dan, um, that we take it into ourselves first. No matter what, no matter what's going on, and I think everybody in these communities do, or in these, whatever you want to call it, these vortexes, ultimately, even with a little resistance and fight and bitching and moaning and whatever, we eventually say, this is about me. And it's not about him, and it's not about her, it's not
Yeah.
about my relationship, it's not about where I live or where I work, it's about me. And and that's what I think we're all getting to now.
yes, it is. It
Amen
is
to
like
that.
yes. I had this situation sometimes. Like it is complicated to explain uh, in the language of in the human language, but you meet someone, and then you had like for example, you go in school with him or her, or how you would like to say this, and then you were in the school, you had like a character,
Mm-hmm.
and then you meet after 10 years from this calendar, you meet, and then you developed, and but in this moment you like go back to this
Jamaica man.
acting, yeah, to like this acting, and then it's like a weird space of you are developed, but in an instant you change back to this character like that. It is beautiful, playful, and like a kid, all good,
Oh,
but
good.
it is, yeah, it is like it is like you forget all that you developed, and you go like, I think you know what I mean. It is that, nah. But then sometimes it's a one way, and sometimes another way, but as then it processes, and then shows the developed one, the true, or the pure self, and then it's like you dissolving, or like processing this, what you had the last time you see each other. But it depends on. I have many brothers and sisters or brothers that when I see them, we start off in that moment, in the last moment we met each other, and this is beautiful. This is very beautiful. The
Yeah.
other thing is when, hey, how's it going? And a long time no see, but for me it is like one day, a second. It's like we're never apart. This is
Yeah.
that, but
So
it's interesting.
I heard two different ones that you're sharing. One sounded like a high school reunion where everybody suddenly tries to pretend they have a life together, and the other one is, the soul resonance in the heart with those soul brothers and sisters that allow you to be you, just like you allow them to be who they are. And that's a beautiful thing. And even friends that connect with me, they don't normally open up to certain things or spaces, but they like to come and talk to me because they know that there's no judgment in my part. So I have a friend who believes in the earth is flat, and he likes to argue with me, and I was like, hey, in your reality it is. I'm not saying that it's not. That's your reality. My reality looks a little different, and we can both coexist in the same plane with having full respect and allowance to create. So belief systems and anything else, it doesn't matter what there is, but if you're allowing and having somebody simplistically just allowing them to be who they are and express what they believe without pure judgment, it is also holding space. It really is holding space. And I think Matt Khan had mentioned, he does do a little deeper on what holding space is. Somebody shared something with me. I've never read some of his things, but I do resonate with the small things that I've seen. But it is really holding space for another. Can you hold space for somebody else and they can hold space for you? It really is both ways. And we're learning and we're finding and refinding how to do that with our open heart. And that's the beauty of it, is can we really allow those two perceptions to continue being forth? And it can be done. And just as long as we all come in the heart and we are in our integrity, which is one of the main things, then we can continue meeting in spaces. We will be able to connect with that. And I think this is what's happening because we can do it with ourselves. We're not having expectations from other people. We can only see and understand and see the projections if they're having a projections, and just simply hold them in the love and the compassion and be like, okay, they're going through something. They can going through something. I love them so much. I totally get what they're going through. And not get involved. Let them deal with them. Let them deal with it.
Oh my God, this is crazy. This is like real-time intel, living it and experiencing it with your mirrors at the same time.
I know, right?
I was gonna say, can you say that in light language?
Ya hara arama anatua sontua yeshua tatan otsotua yet otoa ya ahanto sontua harama ontua yeshuante de oshota hara arama anatua to sontua. Yeah, seeing everything with the heart. So when we see with our eyes and the mental notes, that we've been deceived in our hearts. But when we really see and open our hearts, we can see through the miasma, the mental notes, as well as the projections that are there.
Wow.
Yanama anto asotu shua ahar arama ayashua ata ara alem ontos otoate ashient uosontua asoa. It is allowing the heart, as well as the expansion of the heart and where we're going in the depths of it as we are in this light state, in this energy. It is really pulling us to see ourselves more in openness. Otos otoa arma ahar aramo ototoa ia shua aya ana hana ana oata. Calling in the soul essence. That is what we're doing. Calling back the soul essence of what we are in our core. That is our true purpose. That's our true self. And we're seeing it in others.
Ashe.
Ashe.
It is weird what the camera does here for to me, like the light, and it's very interesting.
It's energy.
Yeah, the light was like before, but it light up and then dimmed. Like what?
That's right.
But I let it flow. I go without questioning. I know what it is. It is very interesting.
Would you like to say something with the guitar?
Me?
Yes. It doesn't have to be long.
I tried it before. I tried it before.
Oh, you did? I wasn't here.
This is the first time I do something like this. Usually sing or rap for myself.
You're with family. Just let it go. Just whatever comes, comes. Bye, Dave. Love you.
Bye.
See you later,
Love you
Dave.
too.
Thank you so much
Thank
for the
you.
beautiful soul speak.
I will continue listening to it. This is amazing, and I'm loving this space. So it brought tears to my being, even when you guys started. So thank you. I heard everything you said, Todd, and this is what you're creating. This is what you're seeing it now. This is what it is.
I know.
Love you, brother. Love you, brother.
Love you.
Love you back, Daya.
Amazing. All right.
Do you hear it good over the guitar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just go for it.
How does it sound on that end?
Very good. I have a good motivation there. Do it, Daniel.
Wow.
I tried. Trying to let the mind decide. Let him do his thing.
As I breathe in life. I exhale all my weakness. As I breathe in self-love. I take breath into my deepness. Many categories of a sound and unsound mind, organizing themselves to the blessings of life, vision of this thing that I call living.
That you're experiencing for yourself, but you experience all around you. Take it in. going now. Hey. Yeah.
That's how universes are created.
It's soft.
Dude,
I started soft.
Man, the brother's got like a deep voice. He got that baritone thing.
Yeah, it is possible to
That's
go.
very nice. You never done anything like that before?
Yeah. It's usually for myself, and sometimes when I on the construction or when I had completed feeling, I let it out. It's like I'm how you say that, shy. I'm a little shy.
We're all shy.
We're all shy sometimes, bro.
Yes, you motivate. Yeah. You motivate me very much when I see you, and when you say, Brother Todd, when you say, I couldn't do this without you, and I understand this very, very good.
Yeah.
I had sometimes the opportunity to make music with brothers or sisters, and there it was like partially it functioned, and then it fell apart, sadly. But I think I say it is because of me. If I had let myself go, I think it will be something. But it is how it is.
Right on.
I go without worries.
Our friend, our old sister, Dion Duplay from San Antonio,
Yes.
Texas, is in the house. She said
I read
he
it.
could just chant and would
Oh,
hold
so
so
much
much
in.
energy with that deep voice. Dion, you're welcome to come on. I put the link up if you'd like to come on. I've been after her for years. She won't do it. Beautiful lady, powerful sister, amazing poet. And soul.
An amazing
She's an
poet.
amazing poet, man. Totally.
Maybe like the nose.
What?
You know the song, Baby Lock the Doors and Turn the Lights Down Low.
That's a country song, dude. You're like from
Yeah.
you're from like what? Oh, we got somebody here. Julie's here.
I love
Let's see
country.
here. Can I see? Hey, Julie Persian.
Hey,
What's
hi
happening?
guys.
What's going on?
Just thought I'd hop on and say hello.
Well, you gotta
Thank
sing.
you,
You gotta.
Daniel. You're so courageous. That was great. The more you do it, the more you'll get used to it. Yay!
It's your turn now, darling. It's your turn.
My turn.
Yeah. Can you hear the guitar?
Yes.
Soul speak.
I can sort of hear it. I think I'm coming. Just relax and let go. Just be gentle, expose your soul. It is safe here. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Let your song take flight. Dip and glide, flying high.
Now close your eyes. Let
Close
go
your
your mind. Ooh. Take the elevator down to your heart and realize who you are.
It's a mighty fine place to start, singing from your heart. You don't have to be scared now. Let yourself express yourself, make yourself an example, so others can feel free, free just to be, just to sing, to let themselves express themselves. They don't have to be, like anyone else. Just be yourself.
Just be yourself. Be yourself.
The medicine, the music, the magic, the moment. The heart is open. It's free. Just be free. Just be free.
Just be free. Be free. Free.
Let it out now. Don't let your ego scare you. Face the fear. Be daring. Be caring of your soul. Let it flow.
Oh.
It's not about perfection. It's all about reflection of the beauty inside you. Set it free. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. That was awesome.
How did that happen with no ducking or nothing? I was like, what the hell? What's up, Shirley Huta? Everybody stick around if you want to.
I gotta go grocery shopping. Thank you, guys. Love you.
Love you,
Back.
see you at Soulogy Fest.
Yeah, you will. And we're gonna do more of this.
I know it.
All right, man. Shirley Huta, what's happening?
Hey guys, nice to see y'all.
Where's Earl?
He's just going to the post office.
Where's Earl, the iconic guitarist and wild man? What's going on,
You guys
Shirley?
are sounding great.
What's happening? I got nothing to do with it. I'm with this guy. He's like a new version. I see new aspects of him every time he opens up. And I'm just fucking mess. I'm just crying. I can't stop crying. I don't know what's going on.
Aw.
I don't know.
Sorry, with the happy face and the smiley face you always see in the theater.
I just want to be a boxer. I want to hit something. No, I'm kidding. Shirley, what's happening? Fill us in. What's going on? What's happening in Sulphur Springs, Texas?
Hey, there's a bit of a delay. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, good. What's going on? Well, shoot, I've just come out today. I finally got energy again. I was like Sunday, Monday in, but I'm out and great energy today. So something's shifted definitely.
So I saw you put up a post that Xana Kozar and her husband, who will be going to Sology Fest as well, they came to your house or came and met with you. I don't know where they met you. Let me just rephrase that.
Yeah, they came over. They arrived like 10 in the morning and they spent all day with us. And
Yeah.
we had supper together. And
It's open.
God, they're amazing. Beautiful, beautiful couple.
Oh. Yeah. I've never met him, but Xana's one of like him and Xana, because really she told me that they listen together. But like they're like one of like I don't even know what the number is, but she's just there every day. I mean, I can't tell you how many times they've come through, just in love and energy and support. So I'm really happy
Aw,
that I'm really
that doesn't.
happy. Yeah, I'm really happy that y'all got to meet. And I would imagine that's pretty powerful with two divine couples like that.
Yeah, they're great. And the message she wrote to me in private messenger after was beyond touching. It was just, and I felt exactly the same way with our visit. So I think they're coming again this Saturday.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah. Are you coming too?
Well, we're leaving here tomorrow, so we're just going to try to drive straight to the mountain because we have to meet uh, Alan and Sandra Spears from Truth Frequency Network. Um, they have that radio show. We collaborated with them since 2016. But anyway, yeah, we got to be on the mountain. They're going to drop off their RV. They're going to be there a couple of nights, Friday and Saturday, and we're taking an RV. So everybody's got their space. You know what I mean? It's all
Yeah.
working out okay. Are you going to come to the Sology Fest?
I'm yeah, it's just Mr. Hall. He's in a
Well,
different space. He's in a different space right now, and he says to me like, it's really interesting, Todd.
yeah.
He pulled out his frequency CDs that he created 10 years ago, and he was re-listening to them this morning, and he says, I don't know who I am. It's like he's like he doesn't he's rebuilding himself, I guess. He doesn't know where he's at right now, and even listening to those CDs that he created, those frequencies, I have like, he's like, did I have a walk-in when I had my heart attack? Because I don't know if I'm the
Earl, Earl's asking questions like that. He's an oracle himself. He even
I
has
know
he
it's
even has a round shiny head to rub. But no, you know what? Really, and Daniel and I talked about this earlier in the month with some other guys. It just happened. It was organic. In fact, one of those guys rolled into town with his partner yesterday, who met each other 2.5 months ago, because she was on the show with me. I knew them both personally. We both do, and so he saw her and said, "That's her." And then he called her, and then sells all his stuff in Florida and moves to California. Is living with her, and they ended up rolling into town yesterday, and like 15 people all converged on this studio. Nobody had schedules. It would just all happen. I took a picture, but anyway, what I was getting at is I think there's a huge shift in the masculine energy, which, as there was shifts in the feminine energy, you would see that mostly in women. At least you would see what was happening. You might see the inverse in men or the inverse in some women. But in terms of like what's going on and knowing Earl, and what I'm going through and what Amethyst is going through, and Daniel's talked about, and other guys that I've talked to, there's a huge, I call it, I wrote a song on it. I mean, it's called Splintered Again. But we were just talking about how you're splintered, but you have the potential to expand in the moment. And Amethyst went a little bit further with it. But yeah, I think that's what's happening. We're seeing the physical, mental, emotional, like catalyzers of what's making us, not making us, but nudging us to evolve. And it's crazy, man. This boots on the ground work that we've done here on Earth is amazing, universally speaking.
Yeah, so you know what he said to me, Todd? He said, I will tell you in 2 weeks.
Well, you know what? We might just have to. You know what? We're gonna be actually. Well, you're on 30 or 20? You're on 30, right?
Oh,
Or 20?
that was me. Sorry.
Are you on 30, Shirley, or 20? I can't remember.
Oh, yes, we're on 30.
We might just have to go see Earl. on the way in. Or maybe we
I'm with
can,
that.
or maybe we can hop down one night. You know, it'd be really cool if you could get us a place where we could all perform together. Like maybe
Right,
the
right.
VFW, even if it was the VFW, or I don't know. Check it out.
Okay, let me work on that. We could even have a few people over here and do it on the back patio.
Yeah, we could do that. The only problem with that is we couldn't stream it. We'd love to stream it. We could record it though and upload it, I guess. Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
They got a nice place, bro. Really nice and totally. She's a fairy, so she's totally. And he's a wizard. Yeah.
It's a wizard.
Oh, I look forward to meeting you both.
The wizard has got his head in the. I'm
The
not
Wonderful
sure
Wizard of
what
Oz.
right now.
Oh. Put the camera on me.
Oh, you don't want the camera on you?
That's all good.
Yeah, yeah. Let's put it on you
Hello.
because I'm gonna go get some meatloaf and mashed potatoes. You want to?
Meatloaf and mashed. They brought in some pizza and I believe salad.
Are you gonna eat?
Oh yeah, in a minute.
Do you want to go first, or you want me to go?
Oh, you can go first.
Okay, cool. All right.
And we'll just continue the talk here.
Yeah, I'm totally out of it.
Pizza.
Well, guys, I'm gonna go, but I just want to say hi and I love you all. And you know, Todd, you're welcome anytime.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Looks likewise.
Oh, those are some soft chords. So, yeah.
It's beautiful.
yeah. We're still here. Wow, life is such an interesting gift of lessons and expressions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much. Very much. What I went through, yes. In the beginning, I thought it was a curse, but
Yeah.
With the time, I appreciate every second and every lesson that comes from this. The interesting part is with the voice. I recognized for myself that many people, when I was myself, my pure self, or me. Interesting.
Yeah. I'm
They
ready.
come through in this moment. They often said I have a beautiful voice, but I thought otherwise, and I recognized what it is there with me when I was like in the moment when I was other, then the voice changed from this voice to a higher voice, and like there I am capable of recognizing what is with me. Is it that I'm away from myself? Is it that I'm in thoughts and in worries and in fear? And it's very interesting. And before the first, I forgot to say hello, Nadia, sister Nadia. We met each other. I met with two sisters. Very interesting. 1 hour with the train from here. We had very interesting conversations, and yeah, one interesting situation that I met a sister one time. I was in work, I say activities. Meanwhile, um, it is for me is living like all others. And what she said, it was very sweet. I said something, and she replied like, "Yeah, the this word I don't know in the English language, but the warm-hearted, I think this is it. The warm-hearted are gonna rule the world, or are gonna yeah,
Yeah, that has to. I mean,
lead the humanity, and was very happy and euphoric. It was very sweet that she said that to me, and she said, "You are one of them." Very sweet. This I have constantly like this situation and other situations, but I appreciate every situation. The language changed. I cursed very much in the past, and I only got with the flow without pushing me, or you know what I mean, strangling me to change the language. It just got comes or came naturally. Like I felt what done with myself with the cursing constantly.
yeah. It comes away from that in anything that you feel, gives you that negative energy.
Yeah, it goes, but the interesting part is I saw then very very much other brothers and sisters, like they said I quit cursing, or I try to curse a little less. And the interesting part, streamers, I watch many times streamers, and one streamer called Grips, with the name Grims, he made a stream like he tried to curse as little as possible. This is very interesting. This development.
I try to do
It is,
that when I rhyme, when I actually go in, off into my rapper persona, because so much of
yeah,
modern day rap or hip hop, has so much foul
yeah,
language in it that pokes. But sometimes, it acts as a point of expression.
yeah, yes, yes, yes,
Sometimes, you just have a moment. I don't care who you
yeah,
are, old or
yeah.
young. I remember one day my son, he was 3 years old, and we didn't really curse around our kids a lot. But he was running through the house, and his head bumped the doorknob, and he was like, shit. And it was
Let
a
it out.
choice then. I was like, let it out. So that's always where I was. I was like, if you guys are going to use foul language, it must accent a point. If it doesn't, you're in trouble. Don't just be going around to spout off intimidating language for no reason.
Yes, the only thing that I would possibly say there is that would be have in mind that you are taking the consequences of this. Do what you would like to do. You are free. You are a free soul. But keep in mind, you get the consequences of what you do. The rest is yours. It's on you. How you would like to do it. I think it's a part of the process.
Yeah, all part of learning.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For me, every second, third word was a cursed word in the past.
Yeah, I've
Yeah, it
had
was.
I've had moments like that. I've had moments. That was the interesting part of the 3 years I spent homeless out at Venice Beach at the beginning of this 9 year journey that I've been on, and that was common language to wake up to every morning. Somebody upset about something,
Yeah,
so it took a while
what
to
a
break
F
from
they
that.
are. But interesting, very interesting. The language, the other language that I speak much is the Serbish language. For
What
me, it is
language?
possible. The Serbish. It is
Serbish.
how you
So like
how
from
you
Serbia.
say. Yeah, yeah. There, I thought to myself to sing in this language before. but I would like to that you understand it, you
Some is
brothers.
beautiful. My youngest son's mother is Muslim, so
Uh,
when we were together, in order for us to, for her to like be with me and for us to live together, we had to do what was an Islamic wedding, and so I had to take Shahada and
Beautiful.
start understanding the Muslim religion. And in Muslim countries, they do the call to prayer, and it's the only real thing that I've remembered in Arabic. But just to hear it sung was, a very beautiful
It's
thing. So
incredible.
some
It's
language, yeah,
incredible.
like the
Powerful.
Arabic language is a very beautiful language. It's one of
Yeah.
the, languages that I want to actually learn one day.
Yes.
So yeah, yeah, I get it. I love, stuff in different foreign languages. I often wonder how the phonetic twist would work and some of the wording.
Yes, the energy is very beautiful. Like I feel when I change the language, I feel the energy of the Serbish language. It is very beautiful, emotional, strong emotional, so, oftentimes, but very beautiful. It is
Yeah.
for me. I'd say it is a high energy language. Like when I change in the German language or the Swiss German, it is for me personally. It is a total other energy. But when I speak with blood mother or the related mother or father, it is totally different for me. When I hear the Serbish language, it's very interesting. There's this changes of energy. The language is very interesting. Like when someone prays on this Arabic language, very beautiful. When someone reads um, from the book Quran, it touches me every time. I cry very much when I hear these words. It touches me instantly. Yeah,
Love is the language of the soul. It
oh,
speaks in
so
parables. Love is the language of the soul, revealing stories untold. Let the words we speak bring peace to our hearts. Let the words we say bring praise to those. Love is the language of the soul. Love is the language of the soul. Love is the language of the soul. So let our words bring praise to all of those.
yeah, hey, yeah.
So since love is the language of the soul, you must make sure to always control your thoughts that turn into verbal actions. Cause sometimes those verbal actions can inflict wounds. Wounds that dig so deep, they bring from within the dooms from the tombs of the very essence of the heart of us. So if love is the language of the soul, I say speak love to those, my brother. Little love language of the soul. I don't know,
I
I just felt
tried.
like making that
You
up
did
because that was such
it.
a
Love it.
beautiful concept.
I tried to get in, but It is the shyness, the nervousness, a little bit. What should I say? And then the mind comes in, and but
Yeah.
little by little, I get used to it. I come in. This is very good that I have a teacher like you, and you all here, but you that show me how to free sing
Thank you.
and free talk.
Every time I
It's
see your
very
name
good.
pop up.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. It's about words and expression, and love is truly the language of the soul. It speaks sometimes without speaking. And it says a lot. Shoot, I guess I could since Todd has seemed to stepped away from the moment. I'm gonna keep playing music.
I'm ready. I think if I were at the side of you, I were possibly beatboxing.
Did I say I love you? Yeah, sing it, brother man. Did I hug you enough?
Thank you.
Did I not say I was beautiful? Nah, nah, nah. Did I not pray forevermore? Did I tell you I love you? Did I say them 3 words? Did I tell you I love you? Did I mention your heart? I heard. Did I tell you I love you? I love you. 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 Did I tell you I yeah? Did I tell you I care? Wise man told me there's a difference between care and concern. You can choose to listen, or pain a broken heart will learn. Is it confusion? Is the word love misusing? So often today, do we take for granted? Let it slip away, away, away. Did I tell you I love you? Did I say I care? Did I say it enough? Tell you my heart was there. Did I tell you I love you?
It is unnecessary.
Yeah, there you go in that deep voice.
I feel it without words. It came over me. And I feel when you keep it in. My soul vibrating. My head keeps going and expanding. My energy, my breath, yourself showing more and more. Accepting, understanding from where the fear comes. What is attracting me? Where I should go.
That's what's up.
Alright, what we got? Somebody left? Shirley?
I bathe myself and my heart in the soul of the deep river. Let the water running over my bones as it chills me to my core and washes away sadness and incessant insanity. Incessant wandering around in my mind, wondering if I'm good enough to be good enough to live back up to the expectations of self. Wondering at the end of the day, would there be anything left? Love is the language of the soul. Tell you what, I love you, 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 I love you. What up? Todd's back.
Kate and Ashley are going to come in and
Cool.
take our places. The pizza's incredible. And I haven't even got to the meatloaf and mashed potatoes. But the pizza's incredible, dude.
Pizza.
It's like melts in your mouth.
Va bene. Pizza va bene per mangiare.
So you were speaking and singing in your language? Is that what you were doing?
I thought about it to
okay.
do it.
Cool. That deep French voice. Damn.
Yeah.
She said you should do voiceovers.
Yes, many brothers and sisters told me that. Synchronizing something, movies or like this. But I think possibly it would be then more effective for a villain.
For a villain. I must make you.
Yeah.
I think he should be Dracula, man. He gets all the girls. I want to suck your blood. Say that. Say, I want to suck your blood.
I want to suck. Great.
I want to suck your blood. But it is only an impression, without
too much fun.
Serious. But yes, I read You're Not Loud Enough, Friends. Next time I go very close to the microphone and I try this. I hope this is more loud over the guitar. Yeah.
Don't.
So I was just in there watching the first render of Kate Lumley's Utopia, her show that's going to be called Heartache, and it was pretty cool. She looked like Peppermint Patty. No, it's very cool.
And Peppermint Patty energy.
Brother Todd, you said once that you would like to see a person who can beatbox. I think it was like this. Yeah, I'm capable of beatboxing.
Oh, bust one. Beatbox off. Let's see what you got.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Like right off the bat.
Yes, of course. What do you expect?
Zero. This is a good thing. Like I do it. Like I feel the most beautiful is when a person do it in his way without copying someone, and then I do it like 14 years old, body 40. As I was a kid, I started with this.
Wow.
And then it was like. But to do like something with more love or more sensual, it is. Well, yeah, with beatbox, a guitar, I think it's something other than beatbox.
Well, no, you could do beatbox sensual like.
Yeah, like. Yes. I thought about it to do it over.
Sensual chords behind it. Yeah. Put some sensual chords behind it.
Yeah. Something
Dude, you're like lighting up the women out there with that voice.
Yeah.
Barbara's saying you
Created my-
graded her spine energy all
Wow.
day.
Wow. what a
You
comment.
need, man. You better hit that Barry White. You're my first, my last, my everything.
My everything.
There you go.
My everything. Yeah, you motivate me, brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Dude,
man.
you're-
Musical
you're-
expression is everything, bro.
Your Facebook Messenger is like going to fill up.
Possibly. Like it was before, a sister write it to me, and then we meet up, and
Oh,
we
wow.
do it, and we done like she said, a Sology Switzerland. And we had beautiful. I said to the brother, I told him before that we had beautiful conversations and interesting situations.
Wow.
Like for example, a dove who was. I was standing and they were sitting, and a dove was like in between us, and then walked, turned around like she was scared, and then I said, come on, walk over," and then she walked over through the middle. We laughed. It was very interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, like with the animal situations you talked about it. Very interesting. Very interesting.
You even smoke like you're French.
The Merovingian.
The way he holds it, it's very French.
Yeah.
But you're not in France. Where are you living at?
Switzerland.
That's right.
It is
Switzerland.
Switzerland.
yeah. Basel. It's yeah.
I want to come snowboarding out there.
Oh, then you should go to the places Davos or Saas-Fee or Engelberg. There is much snow. Here is a little lower, and the snow have difficulties to come down here. And it is a warm city. It is like packed, more packed like in the land. And when the snow comes down here, it melted very fast. But the snowboarding, yes, on the mountains or like outside this called city. But in how you say difference to other cities or packed places, it is small, very small. Yeah. You gotta eat the pizza, huh?
I'm not hungry yet. I don't know
Well,
what it is.
yeah.
It's like I don't be hungry during the day, and then all of a sudden it hit me and like ravishly, you must eat now.
Who said you must eat?
Yeah.
Yeah, and when I have energy like this, I am rarely hungry, rarely.
Yeah.
And then I look to eat organically. That is something that very much changed for me. I ate very much how you say meat based in the past, very much meat, and then suddenly it changed. Like I say for myself, I was possessed. It is like a change from day to night. For the reason that I tried to eat vegetables, but I would throw up. This was very strange. I ate like carrots or cucumber or little vegetables or sorts of vegetables. But then it turned. Meanwhile, I love the beatboxing mix. Yes, very interesting. Thanks for blending in the comments. Very beautiful.
Yeah, my diet's slowly starting to change. Like a lot of the stuff I've been eating, it's not that it doesn't agree. It's just like my body's like, no.
Yes, I say go with the
I
feeling.
still love
with
fish
the-
though. I will always love fish. Nice piece of salmon.
Yes, or how you say frutti di mare. It is
Frutte de mare.
yeah,
Frutte de mare.
like calamaris or
Calamari.
pulp. I love it. I love it. It is interesting, but it changes. It go up and down. But most of it is organically. When I eat vegetables, I feel very
Let me get that.
the body
Okay.
or my body feels very good and hot, spicy foods. Wow.
That's a spicy to meatball.
Yeah, the interesting part, it came with love. I fell in love with a person, with a sister, person named Sarah Brunn.
But are we going to have a
And-
conversation, or what
So-
are you going to be involved with it?
Yeah,
You got plugged. You got a headphone.
Yeah. Here,
So
we're going to
Yes.
switch off Changing of the Gods.
yes.
Whoa. Amazing.
So we're gonna bring in two of our sisters, Kate Lumley and Ashley Lee. Daniel, thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in again,
Daniel.
brother.
It's been amazing playing for you guys. I love you all. Peace.
All right,
Thanks
Daniel,
for
take
having
care,
me.
brother. We'll do it again.
Yeah.
Till the next time.
Yes.
Now that we know you're so talented too. All right, brother. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna start with
Can you get my magic stick and everything and bring it in for me, please? Thank you.
test. Okay, Ashley,
I'm coming.
you're just 3 minutes
Okay, 3
from
minutes.
coming on. Okay, so
This is cool.
for those of you who don't know, this is Kate Lumley. She is the creator of Utopia, and she is formulating a channel, or let's say the first program of a channel that is called Heartversations.
Inspiring Heartversation.
Inspiring Heartversations. Okay?
What inspires you? Let's have a Heartversation about it
Yeah.
and move it to the next step. Yeah, I'm super
So,
excited about this, Todd.
you
It's so
know-
great to be here with you in Sedona this week.
I know this is what, the second or third time we've been in the flesh?
Yeah, this is the third.
Third time, that's
Yeah.
right. And so I
It
found
gets
out
better and better all the
I
time.
found out something about you. You know, I've talked to a lot of people on the show, and they, you know, everybody kind of has their own emissaries of the universe that kind of escort them through the different phases of this madness we call ascension. I've talked to people that have downloaded Leonardo da Vinci, you know, just different ones that you don't hear of normally every day, but you actually downloaded somebody very prominent that I'd never heard of. I'm not going to mention it because I don't want to go there unless you do, but it was an artist basically. And when you told me about the conversation with this divine essence, I could see that you were their relative, basically.
Are you referencing my buddy Ted?
Yes, your buddy Ted.
Yeah. He started speaking to me in my head, in my bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, and in October of 2015. And it was really funny when he said, "Call me Ted." I was like, I don't know who Ted is. Who's Ted? In my bed, in my head, at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I said, wow, that sounds like Dr. Seuss. And he said, exactly. It's me. And I was like, wow. What is the first name of Dr. Seuss? So I jumped out of my bed, and I'm going to get this off my head because it's a little distracting.
In there, it's kind of red.
Are you trying to rhyme and play with Ted in my head? Stay out of my bed.
I just want to get fed.
Morgan won't appreciate any of that. So just keep it in the head. Anyway, we're being very playful. And this is the whole essence of my beingness. I am a very whimsical, playful being, have been my whole life. I'm a whimsical artist. I love to see the world through different perspectives. And this was a beginning of understanding at a greater level. I love that you're playing with my freedom flame. These are all my tools
I'm
of
doing
massive
my-
creation.
I'm doing my
And this
eyebrows.
is a magic stick of inspiration. I want to be very clear about what this is, because when I pull this out, people have all kinds of imagination expressions for what this might be. And it's a match to live your inspired life.
Do you
Match me. I'm living mine.
You are on go. Would you like to sit here and collaborate
you.
with this?
These are our toys, our
No, we can only
playmates.
fit two. You're good. I'll come back in later. Yeah, because you two together, this is going to be a ball.
This is a very spontaneous. We were just here
Yes. Mm-hmm.
co-creating in the other room with Ty, one of our partners that we will see out at Soulogy Fest. I hope so many of you are going to join us because, wow, is this event going to be so amazing? Because it's about you. This event is about you. And it's about me. And it's about Todd. And it's about Ashley. It's about every one of us that is in the unus of up to something, making a universe. And if you're wondering where all the other pieces of the puzzle are, I would suspect that there's a couple of them waiting for you in Arkansas at, what is it, Mulberry Mountain?
Mulberry Mountain.
Mulberry
Ozark-
Mountain. That sounds very, very interesting to me. So I think there'll be lots of
You guys
exciting.
are going to love this. I've been the audience at time, you know, as she has been for me. But oh my God, this is amazing. she actually just did the first 90-minute audio of her creation that kind of coincides and correlates with everything that we're all doing together very organically.
Yeah.
And so Ty put her audio to the cartoons like we've been doing. And oh my God, I watched the first 5 minutes. It's freaking amazing.
Oh, thank you so much for
It
that.
is going to be very, very, I think, popular, very attractive to people because it's a great message. It's humorous, it's smart and witty, and it's real.
It's about every you that's up to something, really, and each of you has a part, and that's my role inside of the vision that I am, holding the vision of, truly, humbly I say,
Stay here with us.
Stay with us, play in this conversation.
I can't.
Oh, all right. So,
I mean, I could, but
okay.
You can.
I'm going to let no,
You can, because you got his chair right there.
No, I want you guys to.
So Ashley is one of my woolly funny playmates that we have a lot of fun together co-creating.
30 minutes.
Okay.
45 minutes, yeah.
Overcoming our consciousness challenges, which is her area of expertise. Ashley Lee, welcome to this conversation that we've just had placed upon our hearts. And, we didn't know we were going to do this, guys. So roll and flow with us. We're being very spontaneous and we're open-hearted to all that can be. And Todd said he was going to leave, but see how he can't stop. It's just interesting because we're up to really funny business that is exciting and electrifying and magnetic. So I just opened up the space and then I kept talking. So let me just pause for a moment and welcome Ashley in and create space for her to say hi to all of you. Ashley.
Hi. And I believe Ellen.
What? It's great. I don't think we have to follow that. Hey, again, we don't know what we're doing here. But we're open-hearted to see what can come into being by us being open to the possibility. Because you see, I've had a really funny experience this week while being here. I've been open, setting an intention in each of my spaces that I'm entering to attract into my field that would be something that I could contribute to help either advance a vision that I'm holding or be a part of a solution for somebody that is holding their intention of attracting into their space, whether it's a home in Arizona that they have to find cohabitation. Guess what? We've aligned a few people and they're going to work it out, and maybe it is or maybe it isn't, but someone had set an intention and said, if you hear anything about someone looking for a roommate, and Ashley and I are pretty magnetic fields, we said, yes, we received that. And we're certain that before we leave in 3 days, we will probably have some prospects. And we do. Because when you are a point of attraction with intention, holding a vision of that which you want to create, you amplify the creator that you are. So you're always going to be up to something. It's just, is it in alignment with your dream life? Because you're creating every second. There's 86,400 moments of creation every day. Now, my really funny friend over here, Ashley, is going to challenge us on that because she knows time's not real and that you can play with it in so many funny ways. And we love that. I love that. You want to talk about that?
Well, time is real and it's not real all at the same time.
Such a funny thing. I think
like
she
that
must be talking about
paradox?
something in the imagination, which is the point of all creation, which is what we can agree into agreement with. And then we can choose what we choose to believe.
And what if the universe is all the now moment, and inside that we create constructs, playgrounds of
imagination,
a linear timeline of the past, the present, and the future, all inside the now moment. And so we can move our awareness anywhere along that and recreate our reality, quite honestly, in every moment. So time now becomes an asset, right? Rather than a liability.
I love that. You say that to me regularly, and I continually remind myself and re-heart myself of that too, because sometimes I get in a panic and I start freaking out because I have so many different ways that are demanding my time as I've become a more intentional being up to so many important things that I tend to think I have a lot of emergencies. That's when I have to get into my inspiring state and I have to whip out my eye ring that I keep on my right hand always because I'm kind of playful and I'm pretty serious about funny business. But I keep this here so that I can place it on my heart and re-heart myself when I'm in a freak out state. It looks back at me and makes me smile. And then I remember as I breathe in, my funny friend Joe Delaney, he teaches us this breath pattern of getting into the heart, of breathing in 5 seconds, holding it and releasing it. And then I come back up and I'm able to allow to emerge what wants to be seen.
Versus the emergency.
Yes, it's an emerge and see. And it's so fun.
Emerge, what?
It's an emerge and see.
Right.
Instead of an emergency, everything's awfulizing and catastrophizing, and we're powerful creators. So in that moment, the universe is totally conforming and aligning with our truth and showing us, yep, you're right, this sucks. Here's more. And then you got to go, wow, through self-awareness and all this self-work that we're doing.
And I find when I jump into that emerge and see environment, what happens is time expands. Even in that definite time, 1 minute or 2 minute or whatever window, time expands. So all of a sudden, everything experienced is carefully, unifiedly oriented to that time and space, and everything fits inside, even if it's only 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes. Wow. You know what we can create in 2 minutes? So much. It's our choice. Like, here's something that's really funny. And when you're talking about what you can create in 2 minutes and how we play with time.
Yes.
So I recently was on a trip and I was wanting to arrive on time to witness my daughter's expression of what she'd been experiencing for 2 weeks following her heart in theater camp. And I was wanting to go into fear for a moment of we're going to be late, because as we were exiting the freeway, it was a 40-minute drive in linear time. And I said, wow, that's not really a possibility that we'll arrive on time if that is accurate. So I don't agree that that's accurate, and we're going to arrive with at least 20 minutes to spare. In logical linear time, that sounds ridiculous, but guess what? I even tricked my GPS. We were pulling up to the event, and the GPS told me I still had 33 minutes and 26 miles to go. But I didn't. I can't explain that. I don't understand it. I just know it's funny.
I've had the same adventures.
I just know it's funny. I mean,
driving to work 30 miles.
Yeah.
In 28 minutes.
Yeah.
You'd have to go about 90 miles an hour.
Right. You'd get a ticket.
I stayed in the speed limit, and I got there with 2 minutes to spare.
Because you actually got a ticket. You were in your golden ticket.
Well, what I did was I expanded time to fit into the time zone that I wanted to create.
How'd you do that?
You play with the quantum field. You know.
How'd you do it?
You just know that you know that you know.
Right. The universe doesn't have to explain itself to us, right?
No.
So when you just show up with that intention, the how is already inside of the show up.
It sure is.
And then you do it, and then you just kind of go, thanks. Thanks, universe. You're a great playmate.
And it occurs all the time.
All the time. Well, if we remember to engage it and choose it, right? Correct. Because there's a lot of opportunity to just be still and not remember all these funny parts of ourselves. And it's ourselves. And like I spell ourselves, CELLVES. And the higher parts of ourselves, the capital S, capital E, capital L, capital V, capital E, capital S, those are the best ones, right? That smaller self, it's got a whole lot of things where it overthinks and underfeels, right? Because it doesn't want to trust its feeling, because it's the one that keeps coming in. The first feeling that you get, that's the right one. It's the one that was coming in from your creative, right, intuitive side of your brain and your beingness. And then, oh goodness, that small part feels left out. So the left brain comes in and goes, nope, I think the right side was wrong. No, I think it was right. But now I'm starting to really feel kind of freaked out. Oh God, this is a great time for an emergency. Hand on heart. Relax, feel into it. Get your breath work again. It's a constant resetting and replacing our attention on that which we want to create, see, and be. It's fun. So we're getting ready to be out in Arkansas. We're going to be a part of this funny caravan on our way out there. A bunch of beings who care about a lot of beings. So we're up to something really funny. And I think that there's a lot of you that are out there that are up to something really huge too. And you have parts. You may even think your whole part is finished. And that is so great. Please bring it. Please come and express it and show it. Because guess what?
Everybody has unique giftedness and genius.
Yes.
That we are so excited to experience with you and together for the whole world to see, experience, and love.
Yeah, and co-creators are there with you.
Much of it.
Yep.
To give.
Co-creators are there or will witness you sharing what you're being on the live streams, because people are going to be live streaming from all over the globe. Now,
it's
globe
so
is spelled
amazing.
GLOW-BE. Be your peace, that which brings you peace, PEACE, of the puzzle. And guess what? That's your piece, PIECE. So there's some missing parts to the whole things that we are. And we just know it. We're already whole and complete. We've got everything we need. It's all inside of us. However, it just gets better and better. I just met this wonderful, amazing queen bee this week. She was standing in the space that I entered. I felt her energy immediately and was a little curious about it, but there wasn't really time in the transition other than to make a shared exchange of acknowledgement of genius to genius. I see the light in you and I honor it, and it was honored back. And then the next day, because we had had that energetic exchange,
Yeah.
the energy that was inside of us and the codex that had been exchanged in that moment awakened me to recognize that I wanted to go back and watch Inanna Shalom in the live that she had done with Todd. As I heard her speak about squares and circles and their different meanings to her, I started to see coming to view someone that was kind of speaking my language. And then I heard her sing a song, Shine. Oh, and I already saw all the illustration I had done that could support that vision in a cartoon for children's books, films, and no limits, games, conscious content. So fun. So as I witnessed what was happening, I had the courage to reach out to her and say, I see this happening from my perspective, and I'm open. I would like to get into a heart conversation with you about perhaps taking your one whole thing, your musical genius, and plugging it into my one whole thing that has a lot of parts. And we put those parts together, capitalizing the ARTS inside of the parts, to create the SUM equals thing. One whole things coming together to create something new. It's awesome. It's the best thing. I have had a corporate job and I still do. And I love it. It's different than a cooperation. Feels very different. I know the difference. I know what I'm up to. Both have value. Both have value. Cooperations value one another and honor that leadership shifts and changes all of the time. Because the conscious energy optimizer, the CEO of that part of the business, is the one who leads the whole community through that initiative because it's their genius. Or a bunch of geniuses at play, honoring the geniuses within. And then saying, oh my goodness, we're missing a part. By us putting all these other parts together, we see how we could grow if we had a different part. So let's put our collective consciousness together and attract it into our field. And by field, we spell that FEELD. Yeah, we feel it. We feel it so hard with our passion and our emotion that it can't stay out. It's drawn right to us. Did you hear me say that? It's drawn right to us effortlessly because we're powerful creators. Isn't this fun? I didn't even know what I was going to say. I mean, I'm just talking from my heart. Todd said, do you want to come in and start talking? And I said, what are we going to do? And he said, just do. Okay. Well, so I don't really know what to do, so I'm just going to be. So hopefully my beingness is making you curious about what is she talking about? This is like funny. She's excited about it. Oh, I am. I'm so excited about it because it's my freedom flame. It's absolutely making my life not feel like work. Every single minute feels like play at hand. Literally. And I see no limits.
No
Ashley and I connect on so many levels, and we're constantly challenging one another to overcome our consciousness challenges. And this is where she and Annie are rock stars in this space, and they support our whole team. And by team, I mean everybody in humanity. Some of us know about it already, and others are just finding out about it. But those that are finding out about it and are curious about it versus going, oh yeah, whatever, I've resolved all my consciousness challenges. Well, there's your first one that you can start working on. Know it all, consciousness. Because if you've understanding the universe, you're not here anymore. You know?
Well, actually, we are here. We're everywhere. I have a fun word. It's called prescience. And
Tell us about that.
We're inside of everything and everyone. And we're not separate from each other ever. So we're inside that tree
Sweet.
Outside. We're inside the bus that went by. We're inside all the cool people out in the hallway. I'm you and you're me.
See, and I want to know where the bus is going, because if I'm on that bus and I don't like where it's going, I don't know, I might want to get out of there. That prescience thing, you know?
The cool thing is you can.
Yeah, good news.
You can hop off anytime you want.
Yep.
And you can conflict resolve the fact that you didn't like it.
I like that too.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Yeah,
because
it's
then
funny.
when we conflict resolve what we don't like, more of what we do like comes in. Organic, we don't have to pull it in.
No.
We don't have to make it happen. We don't have to pound somebody to
No, we don't.
have it happen.
We don't.
So we are the proof we choose to create.
Absolutely. That's how I paint whole new realities. I put a P in front of ain't when someone tells me it's not true, and I say, you ain't right about that. Oh, I'm the proof I choose to be. And I'm going to invite every other powerful creator with me to be the proof. And we just move the apostrophe that's between AIN and the T, and we just take that over and we pause for a moment. And we do our emergency, and we go, watch me. And not from a watch me, I got to make you wrong. That's not about this. This is just... I've already seen it that it's real in my imagination. And so if it's real there...
It becomes real.
It's already real. It's already real. See, it's there and here is inside of there. Look at that word. Exactly. It's there on purpose. Here is inside of it because it's already here. I focus there. I mean, I sound funny, don't I?
And as you focus, other people join you and then the co-creation just naturally unfolds.
It can.
Yeah.
It can. And then sometimes things that you think are interruptions and they like seem really annoying, like a buzzing mosquito, like stop talking, I'm trying to finish this thought or whatever. That sometimes is like the universe just running to slow you down so that you can hear what Ashley just said. Another person that is a genius, that has value, that's going to take what you're thinking about and feeling about to the next level of evolution. And evolution, I love the way that it looks, because look at it with the perspective of looking ahead and being willing to reflect back, and you see that evolution is EVOL. It's love backwards. Isn't that funny that we're moving with love backwards as we evolve going up and forward? See, I just love this. I love the wordplay game. It's part of my funny buzzness.
And I love the quantum time play game. I'm going to introduce another idea.
Go ahead. I'd love it.
Okay. So let's
This
say...
is like playing Marco Polo in the pool last night. We spontaneously were just playing a game with a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
It was so cool. He loved it. Learned a new game.
Learned it right away.
So next game.
Here we are. So this is the game of expanded time. So if everyone take a moment, where accessible, where you are in your day.
If you're not driving.
To take a moment to close your eyes and look inward. Taking in a deep breath and a deep moment. And bringing in the number 8. We'll take 8 seconds, maybe 8 minutes. But in this idea of 8 minutes or less, we have the opportunity to create peace, harmony, opportunity, balance, freedom, opening our heart, trusting, innately and organically knowing we are safe, we are cared for, and we care for each other. And in this moment that we take these 8 minutes, we fold it and expand it and open it to 80 minutes, 8 hours, 8 days, 8 months, maybe even 8 years. If you like, we can keep expanding out. But really noticing, even absent the words, we are capable and able to bring in everything we need, every energy, every pattern, every way, to bring in the energies of life that support us, balance us, unify us, and bring us all together, supporting one another individually and collectively. And we can notice inside our bodies viscerally, like feeling it literally, our bodies healing, our mental minds calming, our emotional states gathering mastery of which emotions we would like to create to move energy. It's not good or bad, right or wrong, icky or happy. All those feelings in the candy store of emotions we can create to move matter. You matter, we matter, all of us matter. And we're here on purpose, on point, and in passion to see, realize, feel, hear, and know our true genius and giftedness that we illuminate for ourselves and each other. Taking a moment to breathing that in. And when you're ready, those 8 minutes are here. How did that feel, Kate?
Inspiring. It did. I had a lot of insights that came through almost as if it. You asked us to look at the number 8. It opened up infinite possibilities for me. Each time I do interface with 8, it sets my frame of heart to be wide open. And something that really started expanding was the infinite possibilities and ways for people that feel inspired to go to Mulberry Mountain to connect with us and so many other wildly wonderful individuals. I invite you, if you're listening now and you want to go, find ways to go. Set the intention and hold the vision. One way that came up is I was thinking, wow, if people posted that, hey, I'm going to Mulberry Mountain, anybody, I have space in my car, you have an opportunity to make some funny friends that live in a vicinity near you that you may not have known, and you can get there together. Because sometimes it's about aligning and combining resources. Someone might need some support in getting there for whatever way. And guess what the support is? It's each other just playing together with the resources that you have. That sometimes people live in big cities and they just don't have cars because you don't need them in big cities. You don't need them when you live in tiny spaces either. So people that have the resources that they need, others could benefit from them. And guess what? They could receive other blessings that they have. Someone that doesn't have a car could provide all the meals in advance for everything that they need along the way, or make a little track and decide where you're going to stop for adventure by following your heart to things that look curious about you. And then you could support them by giving them a nourishing meal along the way and filling their tank with gas. We all have the ability to fuel one another's tanks whenever we're getting in and going where we're going together, and it helps us grow. So if you feel inspired by anything that you're hearing, and your heart may be dancing, that's an indication that you're inspired. Well, let me not impose what your biofeedback is. That's definitely an indication for me. If my heart is doing cartwheels and dancing, I'm curious and excited. So when I get those feelings, I'm not limited by the how. I'm just setting the intention to show up. Because I know inside of showing up, how is inside of it. See that? Funny words again. They're created for us to decode, and some of us have seen it already, and that's why I'm happy to be on this trail with you, showing you what I've seen with my funny eyes, because I'm looking at things through outside of the box and being well-rounded. I set intentions to remind myself and re-heart myself all the time to do that. So you can count on me to think and feel outside of the box. I don't even know what the box is. I never did, because my imagination doesn't have sides. It has eyes.
I have that too.
It's awesome. So it's just super fun.
I feel like I'm in the Dr. Seuss movie.
Why is that?
And we land on a dandelion thing and it blows up, and then
I love that movie.
That little speck
Yeah.
is like all of Whoville.
And you know what?
And
who's ready?
I have a hard time going into Whoville. I'm so big. I'm still the sky above the dandelion.
But you see, what Whoville teaches us is that everything is a universe inside of a universe inside of a universe.
Absolutely.
That speck on the dandelion had a universe inside of it. If we are the speck in the dandelion, we have a universe inside of us. And together, others may hear the parts, see the parts, feel the parts, and then everything can bloom. So,
right.
You feel like you're Dr. Seuss. I really relate to that because Ted plays with me all the time.
Hanging out outside.
Ted really is in my head a lot of the time, and I'm really grateful because he's the really best playmate. Oh, I was getting ready to tell a story about that when I got up. I got away from that thought because I got out of my bed because I don't keep my phone near my head because I don't like electromagnetic frequency, even though I know I could run interference on it. I still do everything that I can to be my part of my wellness and preserve that my functions are not interfered with. So I went out into the other room and I picked up my phone and I I searched, what is Dr. Seuss's real name? And it was Theodore Geisel. And then in the thing that I looked up, it said, but his friends called him Ted. I almost dropped the phone and I was like so awestruck. It's like, is this real? Is this really happening? Well, it's real in my imagination. So therefore, I already know that. That's a real realm. I focus on the capitalization of real inside of realm because it's anything I choose it to be. So I just started talking back. And what came to my delight was, I said, why are you talking to me and why can I hear you? He goes, because you could always hear me. I was like, really? Like, what do you mean? He goes, well, when I was talking about green eggs and ham, you heard what it was really about. Embracing change and being open to possibilities, of not shutting down things that you might really love. And, your train of thought means a lot. And you understood that I was talking about a train of thought. When the train was going in and moving for the light, you saw and felt that you were headed towards the light, not stuck in the fear. I was like, yeah, of course, everybody gets that. He goes, no, some people think it's about ham. I said, well, the ham is really just the how you am. And he goes, what? And I said, right, the H is for the how, and the am is there as your I am. He goes, wow, you're better than I am. I didn't even really realize that. I didn't get that. I was like, well, what was the whole Sam I am? Because the whole thing I thought was about the see, I am. And he's like, wow, I really like playing with you. Let's have another play date.
The polka dotted giraffe?
Oh, yeah, that's all. I mean, all of it. This goes on forever, y'all. I mean, we don't have enough time. This is going on forever because really this project has been in the works for a millennium, really. Our souls have been on these projects and the universe just wasn't ready for it. The multiverse is getting ready to be ready. And so we're back. We're back. And we're ready. And guess what? The universe is ready. And so those that are now are ready to be ready. I suspect that some of you are getting so ready, and you're probably already packing your bags now, thinking about what am I going to take to Mulberry Mountain? Mulberry Street, isn't that funny? As I think about that, Ted reminds me right now. He goes, my very first book was Mulberry Street. I don't think there's an accident that I'm going, and I'm going to be making a debut of bringing forward everything that has been playing out inside of my head and my heart, and I get a big aho right now. That's how. I'm going to Mulberry Mountain, where everything began for Ted at Mulberry Street. Wow. Guys, I'm realizing this in real life time, and sometimes I get really emotional, and I'm having all of my biofeedback is all over my body right now. I can hardly contain myself because I'm so excited that I'm going to Mulberry Mountain. And before I was thinking, well, this is going to be interesting. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. What am I going to talk about? I never have a problem.
Is that possible?
No, I know. That's what inspiration looks like. Now, here's something else.
Living and breathing it.
What I've gotten really good at that I'm not demonstrating as well to you right now, but I'm going to show you that I'm capable of it, is turning the dial back and lowering again so that I don't give people indigestion with what I'm so passionate about. Because I think when we are so excited about what we're so excited about that another cannot see yet, there runs the risk that someone may want to shut you down. Because your enthusiasm, when it can be, yes, inspiring, can also become really nauseating to someone that's not yet had that fire lit inside of them. And so it has an adverse effect. And so I want to just dial it back to say, guess what? Every space and place that each of us is perfect. And when you are aligned with other really inspired beings, and I like to call them woolly inspired beings, like sheep, but they're woolly. Woolly, woolly, woolly. Woolly, woolly. Good at getting rid of the bully. So it becomes funny to me. And I play with them because they're living their really inspiring life. And so they're not afraid of my fire. But I can burn somebody that's not ready to be ready for this fire because it's phenomenally hot. Phenomenally. But it can be reduced with me having the conscious awareness that my intention is to live an inspiring life with the intent to ignite the fire in another and be the matchstick, not the torch, not to burn them up, but to light them up, to be the fan of their fire.
Wait a second.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
take
it.
that.
To be the fan of their fire,
be
to
the
fan of it.
fan
I'm a fanatic about the fire that is in you
your
and you
fire.
and you, because I see in utopia the way we spell it, E-W-E, we capitalize that W and that E, because it's we, T-O-P capital I-A. You, we, and I are one inside of this beautiful space we call utopia, where all of our consciousness challenges have been resolved. We have so many funny friends that have tools, and you're part of those funny friends. You're working on the tools. We just may not know about them yet. But we really want to hear from you. We want, and by hear I mean like EAR. We do have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. And if you want to be silent, we're really good at T-mails. You know, that's a telepathic mail. That's the forthcoming replacement of all the cell phones, because we're just going to really go to the cellular level, C-E-L-L, right? Our cells, they're talking to each other all the time, and some of us know this, and some are awakening to that, and some don't believe it. I'm going to tell you, if I tune in, we could hear you, but we respect privacy. So that's a big part of this path, is that you may not know it yet because there's things for you to learn, because this is a balancing act of being in oneness, spelled O-N-E-N-E-S-S, in this O-N-E-D-E-R-F-U-L-L world. It's one full world of interconnectedness. And you can send us a T-mail, is what I was going to and saying. Or you can show up. And either way, we'll tune in, tap in, and turn on with you. But it really is really fun to see you in person, too. That, because, this whole ascension intelligence, artificial intelligence, I'm so on that ascension intelligence piece. And I love the physical, organic human. I love it. It's fun. And we'd love to hug you. Let's come and, oh my gosh, as my new funny friend who I've seen in her characterization, because she's been willing it in. You know, she told me today when we were having our heartversation that she's been willing this in. She's known this is her path. She knew she was going to be a cartoon character singing the songs that were in her heart. And she's right. And she's willed it right to her. And she's already showed me telepathically. I picked up her T-mails and I showed her that I saw her, and I checked in with her, and she said I was absolutely spot on, and that those signs of what I was seeing she has been receiving for the last 2 weeks, super solidly strong, did not really know how it all fit together until I gave her the depiction. And you know what? I'm going to be painting that inspiration when I get back to my heart studio with everything that I see and feel in my heart, and I'm going to be unveiling that with Shalom at Soulogy Fest in Arkansas at Mulberry Mountain. We'll have her on the easel, and she'll be able to sign the posters and give those to you as a blessing in exchange for the love that you want to exchange with her and me, for us co-creating that. Whatever you want to bring, whatever's on your heart, we'll receive that with gratitude. So many fun co-creations are waiting to emerge. That's just one that I can see. What do you see, Ashley? What are you expecting at Soulogy Fest in Mulberry Mountain?
Todd laughing.
I'm certain to see Todd laughing. We're going to see Todd laughing and hear him laughing, and we're going to feel...
We are going to see amazing things.
Yes, we are.
We even see amazing helicopters that fly over every once in a while. we see clouds. We saw a Thunderbird cloud last night.
We did,
With
but remember,
all
we're
these-
not going to be here. We're going to be at Mulberry Mountain.
With all these bats, well, they could be there too.
You're going to bring them there with your consciousness.
And puffy hard clouds.
Yeah. I create those. So, I don't know.
We're gonna see each other. We're gonna see all of us.
You know what I'm kind of feeling?
We're
Like
gonna
looking at
bring
you
presents.
and looking at me. You know what I'm kind of having? I'm kind of having a Tina Fey and Amy, what's her name, moment. Where like we were like holding down the news on the, like I just kind of feel like that for
On
a moment.
Saturday Night Live, you mean?
Yeah, Saturday Night Live. But yeah, more like Scott's Saturday Night Alive. Like, you know.
Right.
Yeah, because there's so many conscious creators now getting us away from content that's, not. And they're all for everybody. Everybody can have fun with all of it. But
See, Todd's walking
these are my
in.
best parts. Are we complete here?
I think we're complete.
Oh, somebody's trying to come in.
Yeah, somebody's trying to come in.
Boom.
Boom.
Boom. This is where is she?
I don't know.
Elsa.
I'm excited to find out who is waiting to come
Oh,
in.
she's amazing. She's from Byron Bay.
From where?
Byron Bay, Australia.
In
Oh,
Australia.
wonderful.
Very, very powerful place. And she met a man, I think, she can correct me. She met a man, I want to say 12 plus years ago. They knew something was going on. They hook up. 10 years, 8 kids later, their entire family communicates with their ET aspects.
Awesome.
That is so fantastic. What a pleasure to meet you. As we were just talking about T-mails.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you can hear us as we're welcoming
no,
you.
She's muted. You're muted, Elsa. Okay, you're good now. How's that? Can you hear her?
I cannot hear unless she's not talking.
Hello.
There.
Hi.
We
There she
hear
is.
and I see you.
Keep going.
You
Welcome.
guys are so much fun.
ET.
Oh, well, welcome to the party. You must be fun too if you've attracted right into this field as like attracts like. So what's your funny besides T-mails? That's your family sounds fascinating. Are you wanting to share any of that, or is that something Todd was speaking out of turn and we should just
No, she
turn
came
back
on the
time?
show and told us about it.
Okay, good. Okay, great.
And I'm supposed to get back with
I'm
you
gonna
to
go
do the
back and
show
watch that
privately,
one.
But I haven't been able to.
I'm going to go back and watch that for sure because this is fascinating. So I have triplets that I witness the telepathic communication between. And from the time that they were very, very young, they're now much older, and it's just an interesting way to be. I noticed it. It was fascinating to me when they were babies. They were 10 months old, and I came into the kitchen where I had left just moments ago, and they had made a pyramid to get the TV remote because they were tired of the baby Einstein that was playing on the television, and they were going to change the program. But they're 10 months old, and they don't talk. And so I'm thinking, how did they tell each other to get on the bottom and then the next one climb up and the next one to get to the top? To get that, there's a communication going on. And I said to their dad, I said, John, do you see what's going on here? He goes, oh my God, they're going to fall down. I said, wait a minute, how'd they get up? I mean, like it was just, wow. And they did. They worked together in teams, and I witnessed that over and over. You must with 8 of your children. That's a wow. That's abundance and infinity.
Yes, it is.
Do you have something you'd like to share? Or you just holding space to listen?
I've been listening to both of you, and my inner, I just want to, I feel really playful. I'm always really playful. And when I hear you guys, my whole face was just beaming. And then I love how Todd says, open mic, open mic.
Open mic,
And
here we
I'm
are.
awake. So I wasn't sure if it was just musicians so I'm very blessed to be in your presence. Thank you.
Thank you for blessing us with
Us.
ours,
Yes,
with
us
yours.
too.
And, I love that you just said that, and I can see it. I often say, I'm smiling so wide I can eat bananas sideways because they're just so delicious and I go bananas. And it's fun this way. When you're willing to be a little silly and up to monkey business, all kinds of things can happen. And you can eat them sideways instead of eating them the long way because your mouth's kind of short and narrow.
Try that.
Yeah, you're smiling so wide, you just slide that right in because it's so wide. Yeah, it's fun stuff. But that's the key. Like, I think when you have fun, you make a really good point. When you are having fun, it is adding joy into the world. And we have an opportunity to add joy in each of our spaces. And that's one of my intentions. Even things that are hard. I have a good friend over in Europe, Lena Nielsen, and she says, how hard can it be? And I embraced that thought because when something gets really hard, how hard can it be? The harder you make it, the less hard something is. And this is a beautiful pattern to play in because the more fun you have, the better the outcomes. Your point of attraction is a higher vibration, and laughter is something I've come to know through my friend Roxanne Miller, who brought it to my awareness that laughter is one of the fastest ways to raise the vibration within yourself. And when you do it, as my funny friend Ashley has told me, when you do anything in the consciousness of oneness, you do it for everything. And so I laugh in the consciousness of oneness, and the whole planet has a belly laugh. And it's great. And so that may be something that you were feeling. Sometimes when I wake up and I've been laughing so hard, I wonder if I was responsible for some of these earthquakes, and I apologize with great thing that my energy was misdirected, if it did any harm, because I do laugh so hard in the consciousness of oneness that, we really are powerful creators, and we can create all kinds of interesting events inside of our world. And so it is with great responsibility that as we become playful in the consciousness of oneness, that we're very present to our energy and our mastery. And we haven't mastered all of it yet, so sometimes you realize, you go, whoa, I just had a thought and I manifested something that I didn't want to create. So I've gotten really good too at removing and reversing things through all time, space, dimensions of things that I didn't intend to create, and repurposing and revaluing and looking at it through my love lenses and starting again and again. When I start anything, I do it focusing on the art inside of start, because that's the most creative part, right? The ST, it might go to stop. I don't want any part of that. I go to that T in the intersection as I start. I see the T, that's my choice of which direction am I going to go, left or right, logical or creative, because as a businesswoman and a mother and many other parts of my life, you must be logical and creative to get anywhere. You could be creative forever and ever and go nowhere because you just sit circling and creating something, and then how do you want to apply it? How would you like to move forward in your plan? That's the logical left brain that is our greatest asset. When the creative part has gotten to a place that it would like to stop for a moment, that's when I like to engage the stop. Not at the beginning. At the beginning, I want to focus on the art. Then I want to get to the stop. And then I want to pause. And I want to allow that left, right. My funny brain made me think of that. Left, right. Army march, right?
It's interesting that you brought up two really topics that I've really noticed this week, and the pause, the allowing moment, and when you are buzzing all the time, if you don't allow the pause, if you don't allow breath and a space for it to come in, sometimes the universe might have to assist you to help you to pause. So it might make you have a sore toe or a sore lower back, or just something just to make you go, hang on, you have to pause. You might drop a glass, or it's anything. It can be anything. But the other thing that you mentioned was also, which I think is a really great message to get out there to all of Todd Medina's listeners and friends, because obviously a lot of them would be buzzing, is that your buzz might make others feel uncomfortable or unwell, and we do notice that a lot around our family, and with many, from young children to the elderly, to sometimes even animals, and to allow space so that they can then have a pause and a moment to realign. And then if they choose to come back, well, that's great. Sometimes they don't come back, and that's okay, because they're off doing their own spin.
Yeah.
So the way we describe it in our family is that everybody's a star, and everyone has their own spin. And sometimes the stars align, and then they move off, and that's okay. And then they orbit again, and you'll meet them again someday, maybe not here, maybe somewhere else.
That's so beautiful.
But allowing the space is really, really important. And I know with myself, I get very excited, and my husband's always saying to me, now breathe, breathe, take a breath. If you don't take a breath, you're going to have a coughing session. So have a breath, take a breath. So
your wisdom
has been quite lot of breathtaking this week. We've noticed everyone is feeling it this week.
It's so beautiful. Your wisdom is very inspiring, heartfelt, and you recognizing those pauses and those stops that are for us versus against us. Thank you for bringing in that wisdom and sharing that insight. It's brilliant. I love how you call everybody a star.
Yeah, we're a star. We're the star of our own shows, and it's amazing now how all these stars that are shining bright are bouncing around, coming together, and I really love that.
Yes.
But imagine now, like, so feeling those stars that are shining bright and they're all connecting up, whether it's telepathically or on Zoom chats like this, or in group meetings. So all these stars now are coming together and creating new other energy. You can understand and have compassion for those that can't quite absorb it yet, because this would be buzzing at levels that their bodies aren't ready for yet. So they really need to have longer pauses and longer walks, longer tree hugs, longer meditations, whatever, longer sleeps.
Such mature awareness.
It really is.
It's beautiful. And to call that forward for everybody that's listening now and in the future, thank you for that, because that is so important to note. You know, as you say, around the stars, and the stars are moving. The woolly funny friend who Todd has had on several times, it's one of our endearing playmates that plays with us, and sometimes he even snorts. He laughs so hard because we have so much fun together. He's usually so polished and perfect. Paul, Super Pollinator inside of Utopia, is a international singer-songwriter from Canada that Todd has had on several times. And we have as one of our theme songs inside of this platform a song called Around the Stars. And it's from his album Faith. And I invite everybody that is listening that feels called as one of these stars to go and listen to that song on YouTube. You know, and here's another invitation for us all. I invited you to go to YouTube to review something. And if you love it, I invite you to send that love back to the artist that created it, so that we can shift this paradigm of our arts being taken from us. I actually meant to say taken and stolen, but it's not on our watch. We're not gonna let it happen. We're here to be the shift and the change, where we honor the art that's in our hearts, and we're gonna band together to ensure that each of us is able to receive an energy exchange to keep creating. Because if we don't, it becomes draining, and then it's harder to be creative. So around the stars, we can go together. And this comes up at a really good time. Paul's getting ready to embark on a 2.5-month European tour. He'll be traveling, starting off in France, where he has several concerts. He'll be pairing up with one of our other woolly funny friends, Dr. Bruce Lipton, in Denmark. He'll be the music that opens the heart, so that people can tune into the belief of the biology that we are, and it's all co-creation. But, you know, supporting him, helping him get around Europe as a star, would be loving and grateful. So if the song inspires anybody that's listening, there's a shout out. And this is not what we're doing here in all that we're being and doing. Nobody is asking for charity. Nobody is asking for a handout. We're all hands up for one another. It's like, I love what you're being and doing. And you know what? Here's $1. And it's energetic, and it's electronic, and it's easy. And it makes a world of difference when a lot of inspired beings are creating that same energetic reaction. And it's beautiful, because everything you put into the universe comes back to you multifold. So I give it away in buckets, and it comes back in truckloads. But the other thing I'm going to share with everybody that's also listening is that if you think I'm talking about truckloads of money that are showing up at my doorstep, that would be really disturbing to my neighborhood, because it just is a quiet neighborhood. And if they had to keep up with all of that abundance, my neighbors would really complain. So it comes back to me in so many creative, fun ways, where the things that I'm receiving I am receiving a request that I'm offered something to go take my family down for a week's vacation because someone loves a piece of my art, but the price tag has them a little concerned about it, but they would like to exchange 2 weeks with, at the beach for this piece of art. And I'm like, wow, I would love the vacation time with my family. And I really didn't think that I was, ready to invest that amount of money right now for 2 weeks at the beach, So it's a perfect exchange. And these things happen all the time when we're not looking for how the abundance is coming in. If you need tires, think about someone that puts on tires and go think about what you can go give them that has value to them and work it out, hug it out, as my new friend Inanna says. I just love that. Let's hug it out. How are we going to get there? Unlimited ways. That's how we're going to get there.
And we call it reciprocating returns.
Yeah, right here. You're so right. That's exactly how it happens.
Right.
And thanks for that reharder because, I do. I say it all the time. And then in a moment, I just didn't say it. I said something else because Inanna just came in with the hug it out. And that was new and fresh in my mind. And I love it so much. That's where my focal point was because I always focus on what I love. It helps me have better outcomes. If I focus on the things I want to awfulize and catastrophize on, I really hate that place. And then I got to remember that I got to take out hate because then that's an attraction point. So I'm really grateful. That's my point of attraction now. Bounce back. Good job, Kate. And I talk to myself this way, y'all. Yep. I'm the keeper of my thoughts. I police them. I'm like, hold on there, Kate. And I'm talking to the smaller part of me because the higher part of me already knows my name and all of these things. It's not really attached to Kate. That's why when I was 9 years old, too, I stopped spelling it Kate, like my parents had given me the name. I love the name. It just felt so limiting, like, wow, why do I have to end at ATE? There's so much more, Like we could have had infinite letters. And so I was really lucky because the 8 is infinity. And when I was 9, just said, wow, I could replace the ATE with the number 8, and now I'm infinite like I want to be, and I still honor my parents that blessed me with a beautiful name that means pure. And I love it all. I got it all because I wasn't limited to how I was looking at something, and then it just showed up. And now I really use that to help me think of the infinity that I am. And I invite you to think about how could you set reharders for yourself, each one of you, every day in the things you say every day to remind you and reheart you that you're infinite. So maybe you want to be awesome Ashley, and how would you spell awesome? I would spell it AWE equals SUM.
There you go.
A sum of all the parts is awe-inspiring, and she's awesome, and how could we, does anything come to you, Elisa, for your name? What would it be?
Well, my name is Elsa, and
Elsa.
I was born up. My mum named me after the movie Born Free, the lioness. So my name is Elsa Alexandra, where my father was born in Egypt, Dylan. And Elsa Alexandra means born free. Born free, to be great with the spoken word, with loyalty and courage. Because Alexander the Great traveled around the world, and he was known as a warrior, but as I've understand it and I've been messaged, he was great with the spoken word, which is the sword. So now I will, whether that is the case or isn't the case, for me, that's my name, and that's what I'm here to do.
It's beautiful.
And every day I ground that in, and Dylan is my husband's name, and Dylan means lion as well. So you have now my husband, who is Richard, and he is Richard Peter Dylan, and his name is off. It's words are really important to us, and I really am again blessed to be around both of you because our family study Pi root words, and
this is
very
exciting.
It's so interesting. And yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, I wrote an article how the Pi root word of mountain is men, and the word mountain means to raise up, to stand out, and then it meant star, and I was like, wow, here we go again. So now we're back to star again. We're back to shining. We're back to being our own stars. But you cannot be, I keep saying to the family, each family member, you have to be your own star. You can't spin someone else's spin because it will burn out really quickly. So you can copy for a while for inspiration, but you really need to find your own spin. And that's interesting in this time as well, because a lot of people say, how do I become conscious? How do I become more awakened? How do we see ETs like you? And the best advice I can give them is that you have to be with yourself. You have to be with yourself. So, and that takes space and moments, and takes cleaning up things in your life as well.
It sure does. You are a total genius. I listening to the intentional naming that your parents did for you, and you embracing that opportunity to be great is all inspiring. It really is. And I love that your family studies words. It's so important to understand their origin and how they have been altered and in some cases shifted. And even Alexander the Great, and you mentioned the sword as being the carver in the words. When you move the S to the end of that, you do get words. It's just a slight shift. And when we slight shift anywhere, new things come into sight. And we create everything, chiseling it away with our words. It's beautiful what you just shared. And thank you so much. Everybody that is here now and in the future will benefit from your heart expression. Thank you. It's beautiful. And everybody listening, what is your great inspiration in your name? And embrace that and feel that. And if your parents named you something that you don't align with and you're in that space, create something fun that feels good to you that you can combine it with, and just create a little avatar name. Ashley does a lot of work in avatar awareness and just playing with all of that space. And right now there's so many playful ways to create. You're the creator. Choose something that you love. Choose something that feels good. You're going to have great experiences aligning with things that feel good.
It's funny because Richard and I, we didn't enjoy our middle names because whenever our middle names were said to us as young, we were in trouble. But it wasn't until I realized that, and I love the word realize, because I always say that in our family. Have you realized this? So when a family realized this, we started to realize that everything from you were conceived, even before you were conceived, everything has purpose. So
there's some shifting and changing here in this space. So if we're a little distracted, we apologize, because they're starting to get ready to go to Mulberry Mountain. They're starting to move the equipment. But what you're saying in realize, I love that you called that forward, because that is, and I call the realize the heart. I spell it real eyes. I spell it that way, really. REAL-EYES. Really, I do. So I would love to send you some of these. I'll get your preferred email. I would love to email them to you, but that won't work well. I'll have to send them to you in Australia. But we'll coordinate through Todd how I should get that done. I would love. This has been most inspiring to me. I would love to. Do you have a favorite color that you align with? You know what? I'm just going to send a whole bunch of colors for your whole family. You're a big group. So, and you're all living inspiring lives. I'd love to send you.
Did anyone tell Kate her glasses are, what do you call those?
Well, they're well-rounded, and they have an indicator to people that I don't think inside of the box.
There you go.
Yep.
Isn't she amazing?
We all are, right?
We all are.
Yeah,
Can
it's fun.
we post the names of all of you? So let's say, I can. I can do it. I can do it. So
in this realm, my name is Kate, but I go by K and the number 8, the Heartist. Using my art and my heart to create the universe I want to feel and live in by being my part. So I'm attracting and aligning with everybody being their part that is in that consciousness that's up to something. There's a lot going on here. There are no limits. I mean, because we are living in a system that we choose what in my adult version of Kate the Artist, I call it the BS. In the kid version, I definitely don't call it that because it really doesn't go well with kids. But the BS actually is perfect anyway with adults, because what I really was meaning was belief systems. And you may have been thinking about something else, because as an adult, I definitely think of BS as something else too.
It wasn't a bee sting?
A bee sting. Oh, I love that. I love that. But no, that wasn't what I was thinking.
Or a bee sting?
That was not what I was thinking. No, I was thinking a lot of other stuff that I was getting rid of. But our limiting belief systems, Heather Neary is one of my really funny friends, and she embodies Violet, the woohoo bird inside of Utopia, and she's so fun because she also does Dream Spell and the Violet Flame, and so all of these ways of being that get played into a little cartoon character. It's really fun. But she told me one day, like, get rid of the BS and the belief system. And I was like, oh yeah, I love that. I like that, because right away it teaches us in that exact moment that we're presenting that we do have a belief system, because we already believed we knew what I was talking about. But guess what? I was talking about something totally different, and that we all show up to our heart forsations with these expectations. We think we know what we're talking about, when I could go on and on about BS, and if you didn't know that I meant belief systems, you might think I'm talking about a bunch of bullshit. And then where the context is totally lost, because I was totally thinking, you understand me over here with belief system, and now my LBS, my limiting belief system, has got me in a bunch of shit. And so that's not fun. And so now I really get really good at setting intentions, holding space, and doing a lot of checks and balance. I played checkers. Todd.
Check.
Check. Checkers. I was just talking about checkers. See how that showed up perfectly that's exactly right. Oh, yep. I've done that before when I forgot a blush brush one time. I use what I have. I don't worry about the things that I don't have. I use what I have.
So, Kate, you're sharing your story that got you into a bit of a mess, right? But you're making all of us smart. So now you have reversed the spin.
Beautiful.
You have reversed the spin.
Thank you.
And now you've reversed the spin. So something that made you a bit uncomfortable, or was a trigger, or made you feel discomfort, now you have reversed the spin. You have shared it with all us spinners, our stars, and now we're going to light, you've lit me up. And I'm on the other side of the world, upside down.
Yippee! Are you near the Gold Coast at all?
She's in Byron Bay.
Oh, we're 1 hour drive.
One of my very close girlfriends is there, Kim. You'll have to align with her. She's absolutely lovely, beautiful spirit, soul. She and I were playmates in Houston, and she's from New Zealand and lived in Australia growing up. So we'll get you guys connected. And does Todd have your address? Or will you message him, please?
Yeah.
No. Yes, I have her email, and I'm going to, yes.
Yes, great. We'll get connected.
Yeah, we will.
Much love. Thanks for coming in and playing with us. You're a great playmate. Please come back and play with us again.
Thank you so much.
I want to play with you a lot.
I really feel honored.
Me too. It's so cool to know you. Love you. Bye. Ciao for now.
All right.
That was fun, Todd. Thanks for the opportunity to come in and talk for 3 minutes.
It was 8.
So it was 80 years later, we woke up after Ashley's meditation, that Todd walks in the room and says, okay, that was a great 3 minutes. I love time.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what he
was 8
said.
minutes. It was
that
8
was,
minutes.
That was an hour and a half.
Oh my gosh. So this is great. We're excited to go play. I'm getting ready to go play with Justin Joy, a bee.
Who?
Justin Joy. He's the rapper. He's a conscious rapper bee. Justin Joy. I met him in the Secret Garden, of course, here in Sedona a couple years ago, and he's a cartoon bee that wraps beautiful jewelry while rapping conscious content, singing and dancing about it, and then sells the beautiful heart jewelry to support him being what he loves.
You are, like all of us, one of a kind. We're going to cut this short because the studio is overheating and we need the air conditioner on. And we can't do the show with the air conditioner on. So, Elsa, I got your message. You're on the top of my list. When I start scheduling again, could be first part of the week. But yeah, we're gonna dive deeper than we did. And thank you for coming on.
We
again.
love all of you.
Yes,
This
thank
is
you.
fun. I'm just
Thank
seeing a
you.
couple of your comments. I think we have found a whole bunch of new playmates. This is going to be a blast. Because what Todd's got coming up here, he's going to revealing what's coming up here. There's so much playtime here.
Yeah.
And by play, I mean we're going to get heart work done because it's going to be our lifestyle. It just isn't going to feel like work anymore. Thank God. That was his plan all along. We just took a long time to catch up.
Everybody gets to build their own universe.
Absolutely exciting, and we thank Todd for all of his hard work to bring this into being because he's got to face fears every day. And going back to the artists that are contributing, if you guys are feeling his love and you're receiving his love, make certain that you're all in balance, right? Because the more we get out of balance by only taking, you got to keep everything in check. And it doesn't have to be just money. What is your resource? What do you got? It takes a lot to build a universe. So if you have different parts of a puzzle that could be of service to Soulogy, you can reach out to Todd. You can, or Morgan, you know how to get a hold of them. They're not hidden. They're in plain sight, playing out their hearts, and we are grateful as a community. So I find clever, unique ways all the time just to say thanks, and it's things that are in alignment with my beingness. So, you can be your part too, because we love Soulogy and we want it to stick around and keep expanding. So the more energy we put into it, the more it's going to expand faster. The faster it's getting there, it's there to support each of your dreams, because this is a vehicle that is going to be a distribution model like no other, because it's solutions for everything that you want, be, and are. Love you. That was a commercial, and I didn't mean it to be. It was just a gratitude. It was gratitude. I don't mean it to sound commercially. It's just,
No, you're just
it's
naturally,
sharing my heart. And it is. I mean, I care about this network, and I've loved it and benefited from all the beautiful beings I've met with it. Someone I'm so excited to see again is someone I met with the last Sology Fest, Jen and Eric. Oh, Space Monkey, I got a lot to talk with you about, girl, because you're just coming in full throttle in characterization, because you just are that. So I'm looking forward to time with you in Mulberry
I'm looking forward
Mountain.
to your animated version of you when Ty gets done. I heard the first part of it.
Yeah,
too.
because this one is really sublime. I agree. The animated version will be much better.
Elsa, we'll talk to you. Best to your
Elsa,
family.
love you.
Best to your family.